Alright, I hit the go live button. Let's see what happens. Update 1.3 is now available. Thank you, Warhammer 3. I definitely didn't already know that information. Okay, just waiting for the sound check to come through. Alright, I hit the go. Hell yeah. How we all doing? So, oh god. Hold on. I saw I had three YouTube notifications. What is this? Campaign stat buffs are everywhere. I'll check this later. I don't want to argue with people about Jade Warriors anymore. I made a mistake by having an opinion. That was a falsehood. A foolish attempt. Alright, process checking results. Sounds good. We have maps for everything. Great, great, great. Participante shuffle. 1. Oops. No, don't cancel. A 1, a 2, a 3. Wait, I should not be shuffling. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so what are we doing here? There's actual points I should be paying attention to. So the Beast actually has the highest seed, followed by Spartan and Rocket are tied. So technically, Lord Beast should get a bye. Then Rocket and Spartan are tied. I don't know how that's going to work. Hold on. And who else is playing today? Pop Palpatine, Blood Penguin, Infidel Castro. So technically Infidel Castro is the lowest seed. Alright. So I'll give Spartan the bye on the top. Rocket will fight the lowest scoring person, Infidel, and then they'll fight Lord Beast, who's the highest scoring. So you have potential of fighting the lowest seed. That's usually how that works. Pop Palpatine and Blood Penguin are about the same in score, and then go face Spartan. Cool. I forgot playoffs doesn't get shuffled. There's actual points and stuff. Alright, done. Done, done, done. I'll go message the degenerates. We are live. Go, go. And then I'll ask YouTube. I know you all can see YouTube, but I need a second. Blood and Papa or Rocket and Infidel? B and P, R and I. Alright. And then I will say, wait for me in semifinals, as it is not a super long tourney. Alright. Cool, cool. So based on what you guys vote, we'll pick which matchup we want to go watch. Blood Penguin and Pop Palpatine. 2 Warhammer 2 veterans, very, very good players. But how much of them have been playing Warhammer 3, nobody knows. Or Infidel Castro, someone who I have not had the pleasure of spectating, so it would be a new face for me. And an old, I don't know if he would call us friends, but an old friend, Rocket Bro. I just skirmished him a little bit ago, and I had thought I'd talked to him more recently, but he pointed out that we hadn't talked since like September of last year. So that was kind of fucked. We love Rocket. Unofficial head of BBB, just through sheer charm and panache. We love Rocket in this house. Alright, how's chat doing? Are you excited for the first decks Jeremy and I picked for Puppet Masters? Of course, Coops, of course. Hey, Kiara, how you doing? Kiara, I think you're still in the Chieftains. Can I spectate too? If there's 2 slots, sure. If it's not lagging. If it's lagging, we'll boot you, but maybe not. Let's go, Rocket. Alright, 9 votes. Palpatine and Blood Penguin currently winning. Cyrus just sending me more anime stuff. Alright, I'll give it 10 more seconds. Otherwise, Pop Palpatine and Blood Penguin are up by 1 vote. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Wait, Kiara, you're in Stormvermin? I thought you were still in Chieftain. Damn. You had to play in the next one. I can be free after stream if you want to do that. I have a best of 3. I need to play with Lord Baltimore, but he's never around. Cyrus, I will read that long paragraph later. Alright, I'll message Pop Palpatine. Can I spectate? Chat voted to watch your BO3. You haven't played League since ages, but I should. Yeah. Yeah. I enjoyed the Vermin League. I thought Land Battles got a bad rap for a while. Patch 1.3 was pretty bad for them. I'm not hiding my feelings about that one, but I thought Land Battles are pretty fun through patch 1.0 and 1.2. 1.3 can be fun. The thing is not that there's no fun. That's the thing. When I say Land Battles, if I ever talk shit about Land Battles, there are individual Land Battles that are fun. But if you and your opponent are both playing the meta, which literally stands for the most effective tactic available, there are certain matchups that used to be fun that just are not anymore because of the way patches have developed, and it's just like mathematically making this giant bear blob is like the best way to go, or like you know, mathematically the Cathay Raced had that really good but really toxic Cathay build versus Khorne of like 2 war compasses, one of which has an Astromancer, and then Miao Ying, 2 sentinels, a bunch of, not even a bunch, like 4 Jade Warrior halberds, and that was the entire build, and it was just miserable to deal with. So like, you know, some of the matchups are pretty bad, but when I play games with just people for fun, I still find Land Battles pretty fun because they're not gonna do those strategies. And like at its core, Game 3 is still pretty fun. Like I mentioned I played Rocket, and we had 3 pretty fun games. No bullshit. Played Ogres into Khorne, did okay. Tried a new build where I had 2 lead belchers to shoot as halberds. I had the ROR man-eaters with the pistols, because I just love those guys into Khorne. I think they're so good, because if like the flesh hounds get onto you, then you just fight them, and you just beat them, and that's it. I had 2 Mornfang Cav with great weapons, because they also do really well into flesh hounds. They didn't perform as well as I was hoping, but they did enough. I had no Noblars, none. And then just a couple Ogre Bulls, and I had a Slaughtermaster with the big Iron Fist, I think it's Bone Crusher, because I wanted to punish any blobs of halberds. And that was like the whole build. So it was kind of kite, but the problem I presented to him was like, either you let me kite you, or you way overextend with your Flesh Hounds, and my Mornfang Cav with great weapons are going to knock him out. Which ended up happening. And it was a super close game, so I still don't think that's an Ogre favored matchup. I think it's slightly Khorne favored, but I don't know. I've been working on it for a while. I enjoyed it. I had this little glimmer of like, man, this is really fun. And then some people have sent me some replays of like bugs and stuff, but the games the bugs happen in look so unfun. Where it's like, fast forward 11 minutes past the double Stonehorns trying to kite out the double Terracotta Sentinel, and you'll see something kind of funny. And I'm like, oh my god, this looks so abysmal. Alright. Cyrus, that is a very apt thing you said. I'm gonna start now. Welcome back, Kiara. Rocket and I were trying to figure out the Ogres and Kislev matchup last night. From what I've watched, I feel like that one is kind of figured out. If you guys find something new, let me know, because I'm always interested in it. But like, for now, it just seems like the best way Ogres can deal with it is Lead Belcher, Iron Blaster, Kite. Just kite out the box, because if Kislev boxes, I find it really hard to beat them in melee. McWrightface is here. Yay, Vermin. I agree. We love Vermin. Kislev ain't no fun to play. I play all day with, and versus Raced, I agree, is Bear Bob is toxic. I guess the meta changed a lot since 4 months ago. Yeah, Spartan, yeah. There's been a lot of weird design choices, mostly focused around domination. Which, like, from what I've heard from Dom players, they like the changes. That's good, at least. At least they're not just bad changes, because those feel bad. Gnarly knuckle pop? Oh, thanks. I didn't even notice I did it. Coops, I remember you telling me about that build, yeah. That was intriguing. I almost tried it versus Rocket, but I honestly thought of you and I was like, I mean, I don't want to steal his thunder. Also, I had some things I wanted to try. No, wait, I fought Rocket on Korn. I still thought about what you said about the piercing bolts of burning, though. So, but I didn't do it. I plan to play League again when IE release on beta. I mean to continue it. Yeah. Kiara, I also have not been playing a lot. I'm trying not to burn out. Now seemed like a good time for me to take a break from playing and streaming too much. Because, salt aside, a lot of the big streamers already got access to Immortal Empires, so they're releasing like 1 or 2. Some are even releasing 2 videos a day of all this Immortal Empires content. And they're streaming Immortal Empires content, and everybody's all interested in that. So it's just like I'm taking a back seat and like, all right, this is not the time for me really to push content. So just release some videos, chill out, take a break before IE so I can get out there and play a bunch and not feel burned out. Because I think my worst fear is like IE comes out and I'm supposed to make all this sick fucking content and whatever, and then I just don't feel like playing the game because I played too much, you know? So taking a break, make sure I am fresh as a daisy when IE comes out. I thought it was a box build, but it was me, Dio. Alright. So our 2 competitors here, we haven't talked about them much, because I was just rambling about other shit. We have Blood Penguin, the famous, the infamous, the dreaded, haggard, whatever other Turanisms you want to say, Lord of Bretonnia and Empire from Warhammer 2. I was talking about him last time we were doing a Warhammer 2 stream. I said he is an extremely good player. I'm always very impressed with him when he's on those 2 factions, but off of those 2 factions, he can struggle a bit. So I'm curious to see how he's going to do in this tournament at all, when obviously his factions aren't here. And already we see him pulling out Slaanesh, which is a cavalry-heavy faction. On the other side, Pop Palpatine, well-known lover of the Chaos Gods and Beastmen in Warhammer 2. He was a bit of a memer, but he kind of had that Felcon streak in him, where like he would meme, but he would just play so damn good it didn't matter too much. And he has played a bit of 3. I haven't seen him do too much. This is kind of 2 like really hand-skilled players, but I'm not sure how they know like the unit matchups and stuff in Warhammer 3, so this will be interesting. For Blood Penguin, we have Seekers. Is it double Seekers? Double Seekers of Slaanesh, only 1 Hellstrider. I really like the Hellstriders. I think for only 600 gold they are a steal, but it looks like we're going for 2 of the more elite ones. On that Marauder spam, it looks like basic Marauders and the Hellscourges. Hellscourges I saw a lot when Game 3 started, and then they kind of fell off the face of the earth, so interesting to see them back again. Triple Exalted Demonettes, none of which are the ROR. Then we have double Chaos Furies and a Herald of Slaanesh of Shadows with Pit of Shades and what? Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma. Some people have really been liking this spell recently, and they're telling me it's good, but they kind of came upon that discovery as I started taking my break, so I haven't tried it yet, but people have been saying that this is actually a really underrated spell these days. On the other side, for Pop Palpatine, we have his Chaos influence of Marauder Horsemen. Horse Archers, cough. Then we have Armored Kossars across the front line, back line of Armored Kossars mixed in with Kossars with Spears, and then a bunch of cavalry. Winged Lancers, 3 of them. The Bear Boys of Tor, the Warbear Riders, Patriarch with some healing for them, and Ice Witch of Ice is the Lord with Frostbite, Leopard Summon, and Heart of Winter. I am not a huge fan of Winged Lancers. I have frequently been a Winged Lancer hater on this channel, so we'll see if they do any good. I'm betting no, but without Hellstriders, Seekers don't actually have anti-large, though they do have 40 melee attack. Oh yeah, Slanesh's charge bonuses always suck ass because of their passive they can't let their passive be overpowered, so the basic charges suck. Okay, cool. So Wing Lancers would actually win the charge. Marauders of Slanesh with the Hell Scourgers get charged by the Wing Lancers. Palpatine's just taking some fresh fish while he can get it. No large entities around here. What happened back here? How did this happen? Oh no! The Patriarch gets way out on his own, and he's just getting torn apart by the anti-large Hellstriders. He's locked up. It looks like he can maybe path out, but I don't think Palpatine knows he's back here. Like, I don't think anybody knows this guy is back here. What's he doing? Meanwhile, the Oath Brothers of Tor are gonna fight the Seekers. They trade up. They actually don't even take like any damage. And Patriarch hasn't popped any visibility. So yeah, I straight up don't think Palpatine knows he's back here. He's just getting killed. He has no idea that's happening. There we go. The Patriarch all of a sudden gets commands to run away. But while his micro is elsewhere, a nice double pit of shades on the Horse Archers and basic archers of Kislev. Kislev is looking like they're having a tough time to start of this game. The Kislev passive, By Our Blood, already popped in the Patriarch, so it's unbreakable. Will not be there for the rest of the game. Balance of power favors Kislev, so does the gold damage value, but I really think the state of the game is going to Slaanesh. Big pick here on the Oath Brothers. They are tanky, strong boys, but they're used to having a healer near them. It looks like the Seekers of Slaanesh getting a couple cycle charges in here is doing a lot of good damage value to them. The Exalted Demonettes are extremely vulnerable to basic archer fire, but if they can get into the melee, you will see they just shred through the armored Kossars without much incident at all. Patriarch still getting chased down by the Seekers, the Hellstriders. Good trade for them. Oath Brothers of Tor are rampaging. These Wing Lancers are almost dead, down to 3 models already. Still, the balance of power thinks Kislev's got this in the bag, and I would be kind of depressed if Kislev did have this in the bag, because Slaanesh did so much right. A Heart of Winter is coming down onto these Exalted Demonettes. Is it overcasted? It probably is. Yes, it is. So they are going to suffer mightily at its hands, but they can't retreat because they need to protect the Herald of Slaanesh and get her out of here. Just checking over on the Patriarch. He is once again surrounded and getting beaten to death. Not enjoying that whatsoever. Oath Brothers of Tor fighting to the very end and even get off their last Soulfire bombardment. I mean Lightning Strike of Cain. I mean Curse of Honor here. Or whatever you want. Another beautiful Pit of Shades, hitting, it looks like 3 units here, though not really crushing any of them down. Exalted Demonettes are just tanking through the spell, but much worse for wear. And they are going to go. That is a brutal loss. I mean, that's a 1,200 gold unit about. Oath Brothers Tor are routing. Patriarch's about to rout. And still the balance of power thinks this is Kislev favored. I guess looking around, Slaanesh is also running out of troops, which makes me the big sad. Feels like they've done so much right, but they're just falling apart. You do have some Seekers and Marauders that could be rallies, some Hellstriders that could come over. These guys have got crazy value, because they took a Patriarch out all by themselves, pretty much, even with healing. Kislev, what do you have left? 2 Horse Archers who are damaged but intact. You have an Ice Witch who already used her Leopard Summon. We saw it running around. We have some Archers and a couple Armored Boys. I still think Slaanesh is going to take this. And all of a sudden, the balance of power is like, oh shit, Kislev is losing this one, and jumps in the favor of Slaanesh. Yeah, I don't think Kislev is going to win it out. The only thing I could see somehow winning them the game is if the Ice Witch beats the Herald of Slaanesh in a duel, which just is not going to happen. Her stats are way better. And she's faster. So her stats are better, and she can opt to just not take the fight. I don't see how she could die. That would be silly. Even a late game Fury summon, that'll probably seal it, because the Furies plus the Seekers can just chase around the Horse Archers, use the last of their ammo, and then they're just kind of a meh combatant. Is that a properly timed Pit of Shades? It looks like it would have been, but a nice rampage from Slaanesh as well will just get them into the fight. So some basic skirmish cav fighting Seekers and Furies. Never mind, just Furies. And the Ice Witch is getting gooned out. That'll be the end of Kislev. And Blood Penguin will get a victory for Slaanesh. Guess who's going to start streaming in a month, Matthew Coffin? Is that you? You said your computer couldn't handle Warhammer 3, but it can handle Stormvermin? Alright. Ice Witch got about 1,700 value. Tor Brothers got killed. Patriarch got killed. Wing Lancers did okay for their cost. I'm still not a huge fan of them, but they did fine. Horse Archers did okay, and Basic Archers did decently well. Slaanesh finally got to do its, like, encircle and overwhelm what they always want to do. Really good value on the Herald Slash. The Pit of Shades were excellent. Seekers did okay. Exalted Demonists did okay, all performing a little under their value. Hellstriders traded up, but they caught a Patriarchs. It's not really a fair comparison. Furies did what they had to. Mucked up Archers, and Marauders overall did quite well, paying for themselves. You know what, Amenephis? You can't predict the silliness to happen. That's why it's silliness. That's why I make videos about it. If the silliness happened every day, it wouldn't be silliness. Oh, Tank's busy today. Rip. Llama, you can play today. That is true, Llama, but I believe you are a Greyseer or a Chieftain. I'm trying to remember if you ended the season at Greyseer. I think you did. You got a graphics card and a monitor so soon. Nice. Larry Mad, you're on a 1 billion hours train ride? I will try to entertain you, but I warn you that if you are on a 1 billion hours train ride, you might be going in a circle and you should probably get off. Probably. That was a good land battle, though. No stupid blobs. We enjoy those. Those are good times. Palpatine could have been a degenerate and gone with the large bear blob of Slaanesh to beat Slaanesh, but he didn't. Blood Penguin's going Kislev into Khorne. I also would be surprised if he did the standard blob here. So again, like most matchups, the bear blob is quite good into Khorne. You just blob as tightly as possible with all your debuffs and healing and whatever, and you outgrind Khorne. I very highly doubt Blood Penguin's going to do that, because for some reason, even in like Warhammer 2, he would take heavy cav builds into matchups where heavy cav is a terrible idea. And he would usually win anyway. It was just kind of funny. But like, he would play Empire and just take 2 or 3 Knights of the Blazing Sun, 2 or 3 Empire Knights, maybe a Demigryph Knight or 2 every time. Corn box with skull cannons, let's go. How are your pets doing? Good. Well, okay, actually. Hazel Basil, the little pup, is having some allergy issues with the summer pollen. So she's been biting her paws a lot. So we're giving her some Benadryl. We asked a vet first, before I get the comments of like, you can't just give human medication to an animal. It was like, no. Went to the vet, said she's biting her paws, what do we do? And the vet was like, give her Benadryl 3 times a day. Anyway. That's going okay. She's still not having a best time. So she's going into the vet Friday for shots anyway. So we're also just going to ask him again about her feet. It's like, we're doing the Benadryl. It seems to help, but she's still biting him a lot. But not much you can do. She's a winter pup. She loves the snow. She loves that. As for Ed, he's good. The last month or so, he wasn't eating a lot. So we were getting kind of worried about him because he's... I didn't know exactly how old he was when I got him because he was a shelter, but they said he was like 5. So with cats, that's anywhere from like 2 to 9, you know? So I don't know how old he actually is. But if he was 5 when I got him, he's like 12 now. 12 or 13. And 12 or 13 is in that range that like, if you woke up and your cat was just like dead, you wouldn't be shocked, right? Because, like, cats can live a lot longer, but 12's getting there where suddenly something can happen. So when he stopped, you know, when he wasn't eating, I was getting worried about him because it's not like I was just saying, it's not shocking if he all of a sudden passed away. So I'm like, no, little buddy, eat. Because, again, with the age disparity, for all I know, I think he's 12, but he could actually be 16. We don't know. So he loves ice cream, so I gave him a good amount of ice cream over the course of the days. I would give him a spoonful here or there just to get calories in him. Because he's a weird cat. He doesn't like treats a lot. The only things he loves his food, like his actual food, and he likes ice cream. His cat treats, he barely ever likes them. Sometimes he'll have one or two, but usually leaves them alone. And he's just always been that way. So it's like, well, if you're not eating your real food, the only option I have is give you ice cream. And eventually, he had a rather... This is going to be gross, so if you don't want to hear it, mute in 3, 2, 1. He had a rather bad trip to the litter box where he fucked up his litter box. But then after that, he was eating a lot, and now he's fine. So I guess he just had something going through his stomach, and he just needed to shit it out. But, yeah. So Ed, I was concerned, now he's good. Hazel was good, now we're not concerned. We're just like, poor little allergy pup. Hope that she gets better soon. I have 2 messages, what's it about? Now raise your arm. No. As Norska, what do you take against Slayers? Don't Berserkers trade pretty well into Slayers? Don't most infantry trade pretty well into Slayers? Like, don't basic Marauders trade well into Slayers? Does that med make puppers sleepy as it does like humans? I would assume so, yeah. But it's hard to tell. Hazel's still a pup, so she's all over the place all the time. We give her the Benadryl, it doesn't slow her down. The one thing I hate about the game is that people hate when you do something that is strong, then it's bad, because no one wants to learn how to beat it. It's like part of the game. Cody, that is fair. I think people are frustrated because the roster's so small right now that sometimes there isn't a lot of options on how to beat something. Like, if you're Khorne, you don't have any ranged options outside of like soul grinders and the skull cannons, but those are kind of bad and very expensive. Or like Slaanesh, you don't have any flying units outside of Fury. So if you get fly cheese to Slaanesh, it's like, well, I don't have any ranged, I don't have any flying, what am I supposed to fucking do? So I think people get frustrated with that. Whereas like, the more flushed out a roster gets with DLC and stuff, hopefully they get less one note and they can actually deal with things. Because kind of to your point, like Vampire Counts versus Lizardmen was super Lizardmen favored. And like the Temple Guard box just couldn't be beaten. And then a bunch of Vampire Counts players beat it. And the matchup was Vampire Counts favored for a little bit. And then it kind of got a little more hairy with Oxyotl, but yeah. Alrighty, game 2. Hey Rusty, how you doing? The buffs keep making blobs stronger and they nerf stuff that kills blobs, true. I remember people yelling at me for using anything other than an MP5 in COD 4. Dude, I remember, was it the M16? The first gun you got in Call of Duty 4 was like actually statistically the best one. It was really weird. But I really liked the G36C. I just liked how it sounded and felt. I have always been a player in first-person shooters where I know I'm not good enough to make the gun stats matter. So I pick a gun that I like, and I'll just play with it anyway. Because, like, what I mean by the stats won't matter is I'm not good enough, and therefore I don't play with people good enough. That really matters. Like, I miss more bullets than I hit. It's much more about seeing the other guy before they see you than it is about, like, accuracy and hit scan stuff. So that is kind of fun about being bad. But when you watch people who are good at first-person shooters, it's like, well, since we're both going to hit all of our shots, I need to take the best weapon and do all the best stuff. And I'm just like, haha, big gun to go brr. Let's go back to AoEs hitting things outside of the radius. No more blob. MP5 was very good. I normally quickscope most COD games, to be fair. Only fun I really had. Best shooter ever checks quest? Yeah, I think that's just factual. Yeah, I agree. Alright. Did I not tell you that we were going to get heavy cav? You all think I'm a liar. You're like, Hummus Boy, you don't know what you're talking about. Hummus Boy, you are stupid and a dumb piece of poop. Well, I know things sometimes, and I know Blood Penguin will always take cavalry. So we have double Griffin Legion, the Oath Brothers of Tor. We have 4 Streltsy and 4 Zargard with an Ice Witch of Ice with no Heart of Winter. Ice Fiend's Kiss, Ice Sheet, and Guardian's Call. Okay, on the other side, Chaos Furies, Chaos Furies. Wow. Pop Palpatine bringing the Blood Crusher ROR. This isn't the Skull Crusher. They have anti-infantry, not anti-large. And I personally thought these guys were trash, so I'm really interested to see why he's bringing them. They do lower fire resistance by 20. Now, that does not make people weak to fire. It just lowers units that have fire resistance, which I'm not seeing any fire resistance on the enemy roster, so unfortunately that part is wasted. Now, they do just have really high stats, 50 melee attack, 43 melee defense due to their ROR status. Anti-infantry, armor piercing, magic damage, so they're fine. I just feel they're very expensive. Other than that, we have Chaos Warriors of Khorne with halberds, Chaos Warriors of Khorne basic, 1 Bloodletter, and the Hellforged Host Exalted Bloodletters of Khorne. These guys are very good. I love the Hellforged Host. On paper, I didn't think they would ever be that good, but every time I use them, they do great. So, love those guys. And of course, Skarbrand. I don't know what that accent was. Don't at me. It's fine. Time Splitters 2 was the shit, Matthew Coffin. Time Splitters 3 was eh. Time Splitters 2 was really good. I respect picking heavy cav even when you shouldn't. You smell good today, Human? Thanks, Bobman. Bobman, it's been a while. How you doing? Are you winning at all of the baseball sport? I'm gonna hit you up on Discord to blow your mind. Yeah, if you don't know what Chex Quest is, you need to get some Chex Quest. Alright, Pop Palpatine is advancing through the forest. Doesn't feel like taking any free Streltsy fire or anything while he moves up. It does look like the Orth Brothers of Tor are going to charge in. Skarbrand's going to go out there. Does he have his Rampage? He might have his AoE Rampage. These guys want to be careful unless they get dragged back into a fight they don't want to take. So while he's chilling in the forest, trying not to take damage, Pop Palpatine is moving up. So what he's doing is he's just sitting here. He doesn't want his center to get attacked before his flanks are ready. So as his flanks slowly move up, he knows he could get isolated, so he's camping out in these trees, and large units, unless they have certain attributes, which none of these do, take stat debuffs while in trees. So he's just protecting his advance. No reason to take free damage. Bye, Bob, man. Harabeck, double peanut, go burr. I really liked the Time Splitters 2 survival mode where, like, it was a free-for-all, but everybody had a certain number of lives. That was so fun for me to just, like... When I was a little kid, and I wasn't very good at first-person shooters, still not, I would, like, pick a bunch of characters and just kind of enjoy the narrative of, like, who won and who didn't. Even after I lost, just, like, watching the things tick down and, like... Oh man, the Stone Golem still has like 5 lives left, and the next highest is T-Rex at 3. Oh man, that's totally fucked. And then if like the T-Rex somehow wins it, you're like, holy shit! I don't know, man. It was good. Good childhood. Alright. The engagement has begun now that Khorne's flank has advanced. You can see his units are coming out of the trees to all attack at once. The Exalted Bloodletters are fighting the Zargard and tearing them apart, and thankfully for them, these are not archers, but Streltsy, and they cannot see over their brothers nearly as well as others can. Meanwhile, Fleshhounds of Khorne are losing to the Griffin Legion, but man, there's a lot of support nearby, and Skarbrand is even jumping in, but he has to be careful. The Oath Brothers of Tor, if Kiara's still around, then she surely knows that large demonic single entities do not like getting surrounded by those bear riders. You have some form of debuffs going down. There's the Enrage I talked about, and something is coming in. Oh, it's the Soulfire Bombardment that's paired with Curse Fawn right here. Okay, cool. Nice charge in here from the Heralds of Khorne's Furies. They are doing a ton of damage to those Streltsy, and the Zargard front line is having a little bit of trouble, it would seem. One of them's already dead. I guess 3 are fine, so one is just getting completely mulched. But Pop Palpatine really exploiting that left flank. And on the right, he just left some Chaos Warriors to basically keep things busy over there. Now, this is part of why I don't love the Heralds of Khorne's Fury. They just take so much damage, and they're very expensive. They have a hard time getting their value back. It looks like the Streltsy have been pounding them while they were killing some of the other Streltsy. Chaos Fury is getting involved, mucking up all the Streltsy of Kislev. But Khorne is still pressing in. And if the Oath Brothers take too much damage, Pop Palpatine didn't bring any healing. And I worry they won't have the manpower left to take out Skarbrand. Maybe. Khorne's fully through the left flank, moving up. 1 Streltsy's already routing. 2 are on the run, but they just got freed up. And I think with 3 Streltsy, all free to shoot, then maybe Scarbrand can actually get shot down. If the Hellforged host can move forward and actually keep killing some stuff, then they'll do okay. Fleshhounds are trying to help these Bloodletters with Zargard, but it's just not really working out for them, and the Oath Brothers are even here to make it worse. And what can Khorne do against such reckless Kislev? Hellforged hosts are running actually up to help the front line rather than try and harass the back. I think they're worried they would just get separated and shot down. Scarbrand's at about half health. He's fighting a Snow Leopard, which is trading up into him, and it's a summon, so no one cares if it dies. Those 3 Streltsy are going to be a problem. Now, the Griffin Legion are trying to stop multiple Chaos Warrior units from getting back there. They will have a bit of trouble since they're so badly outnumbered. Scarbrand is free of his Snow Leopard summon menace. But where is he to go? What is he to do? Ooh, Ice Sheet. Nice from Blood Penguin, slowing down everybody. The Oath Brothers of Tor are now fighting Scarbrand. The exact target they wanted to fight, probably not when they're so low on health and models. He's going to start twirling through them, doing some serious damage. Hellforged host is just trying to finish off the Zargard. I think Kislev has this one, boys. I think, but look at the Hellforged host go. Love these guys. They're great. They're doing their damnedest. Yeah, even that Streltsy rallied, so now just the Chaos Warriors are going to get kited. Scarbrand will beat the Oath Brothers, so good for him, but it's just not enough. It's not enough! Which is the better arcade shooter? Arena 51, House of the Dead, or Time Crisis? Maybe House of the Dead, but I don't remember a lot of them. I played some of those in like movie theater arcades when I was a kid. Played Quake 4 when I was younger. I did regret it's gory when I was young. I farmed so many costumes on Time Splitters too. Had the monkey one, Gingerbread Man, Snowman. That game was legit. It's a good one. It's a good game. I had it for the GameCube. You like Time Splitters 3 more? How? Why? What is wrong with you chasing rainbows? Who hurt you? Who hurt you? Time Splitters 3 was not as good. No. What? Get him out of here. Get him out of here. I like the campaign of 2 a lot. Oh, and the dam that was full of the undead? Don't even get me started. So good. Alright, Heralds of Khorne's Fury did not live up to their expectations, unfortunately. Exalted Bloodletters did. Chaos Warriors did fine, honestly. Furies did okay. A lot of things did okay. But the Streltsy, I imagine the Streltsy values are going to be pretty nuts. 900, 1600. Ooh, 1600 on that one. Yeah. Rest in peace, Papa Pay. Don't want to be the crying person, but I hope Kislev gets tiny nerfs. Yeah. Nah, they and Cathay for land battles need nerfs. Alright. So. Whoa, viewership spiked up while I wasn't looking. Hello, everybody. We just watched Pop Palpatine versus Blood Penguin. Blood Penguin will advance to fight Spartan. It looks like Lord Beast and Infidel Castro are ready for us. So I will go spectate that. And we'll let Blood Penguin take a breather. Because we will be watching all semifinals. Because we'll have semifinal, final. And then the stream will be done. So it's 4 best of 3s. We got this. Ugh! Oh. My shoulders are tense today. I don't like it. There's an HD remake of it? What? Wait, why did Chex Quest get an HD remake? I was gonna cast other best of 3 first, but if you guys have time constraints, you can play without me if needed. Favorite mission on the campaign was the cathedral one and the snow one where you go underground, activate the room with all the zombies. Yeah, Rusty, that was the best one! Getting perfect surround on 2 cav and them not dying really sucks. Yes, it does, Pop Palpatine. I agree 100%. What on earth are you talking about? Future perfect greater than 2. No, dude. Alright, so what were the campaign... hold on. We need to figure this out, Jason Rainbows. Time Splitters 3 levels. I remember the Haunted Mansion being fun. Okay, welcome to the wiki guide. I don't care about this. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, that is a lot. Table of contents, and I click it and it does nothing. Okay, cool. Part 10. Jesus Christ. This is not well organized. Okay, maybe you're right. I remember the submarine, like, the mission where you had to run up the beach and, like, take that castle was pretty fun. Whenever you were, like, the disco groovy guy, I wasn't a big fan of that. The train was alright. I don't remember that one. Wherever... yeah, this one was the one I was talking about. This one's great. There was, like, a haunted mansion with a giant deer monster. That was pretty dope. The labs were fine. Wasn't my favorite. Okay, Time Splitters 3 was a little better than I remembered, but still, Time Splitters 2, man, it's classic. I can remember almost all the levels, and that alone is why it's a great game. The dam, where you run around, and like Rusty said, you go underground, you activate the undead, and it's just great. Everything's great. Oh shit, I have 2 messages about this. Yeah, you can pick and ban. Okay. And then doing picks and bans, sweet. Remove extra slots or game won't start. Anyway. Sorry. So we had the dam. That was great. I really liked the Tokyo level where it was like all digital and you had to avoid all these security cameras and stuff. That was awesome. In Time Splitters 2, there was the Amazon level that was really good. There was the Mafia level that was really good. All the levels were fucking bangers. The Wild West was great where you had to set up like all these little casks and whatever. Dude, it was so good. No, Time Splitters 2 was so good. You lose this round. I win. You're not allowed to like things I don't like. I am always correct. Alright. I know I was playing far from the meta, so I shouldn't be too surprised about losing. It's nice seeing lots of Cav playing Warhammer 3 not blobs. So I hate vampire counts in Warhammer 2. Dude, if you've seen any of Anticity streams, vampire counts are going to be worse in Warhammer 3. Their healing is nuts! Tactics is a hate word. Nah. You had to play the campaign on the hardest difficulty though, and it really extended the missions, unlocked all the bosses, etc. Time Splitters 3 had a better story? Probably. Yeah. I could agree to that. Because Time Splitters 2 kind of felt like... it was like... go get all the crystals back in time. Okay. And then you go and do that, and that's the whole story. It wasn't particularly inspiring. But I loved that game. It was so good. Those are just fun, though, man. Those are fun games. Shooters that didn't try to be a competitive esport or anything. They were just, like, really silly and dumb. People took way too many bullets. I don't know. It was great. It was great. I love doing all the little challenges. The little challenge modes where they set up missions that are usually really fun. Oh, those are so good. You're making me want to go play it now. Anticity said VC infantry will passively heal cap in 2 minutes if they're taking damage that whole time without spending a single wind magic. Yeah. I saw a bit of that. Do I keep breaking my finger bones? I don't even notice I'm doing it. How do they keep doing that? I don't know. Might just be my chair. I do have a loud chair. I kind of liked most factions in Warhammer 2. By the end of it, I thought they were pretty fun to play. I was never a big Beastmen guy. I thought dwarves were fun. Most people didn't. I liked Empire, but I was bad at Empire. I played a decent amount of High Elves, and I never really knew how I felt about them. I didn't know if I liked them. I didn't know if I disliked them. Didn't really know if they were good or if they were bad. Just kind of like... I was lukewarm on High Elves. I played them when I needed to. Dark Elves were kind of fun for a little bit, but I realized too many of their units suck. Like, their core is fine, but you can't really go outside of the Dark Elf core without your units just being trash, which sucks. Wood Elves I never really liked. Even playing them, I just didn't get into it. Wood Elves wasn't my speed. But I think that was it. Every other faction I had a decent amount of fun playing. Oh, Warriors of Chaos, Norska. Did not enjoy them. Norska a little bit more than Chaos, but I just didn't. The Chaos playstyle wasn't for me. Aesthetically, they're cool, but I didn't like their playstyle. Not a big fan of Skirmish Cav. They have stats now, Frostbite, on all Ethereals. I saw that, but I don't have any, like, confirmation on it, so I can't make a video on it, because I don't have early access, because I'm a fucking casual. You heard Skaven got more nerfs? Probably. I'll have to see. I can't speculate too much, because I don't know what I'm talking about. All range got nerfed too. Global 10% less reload speed. That's what I heard. I heard there were range nerfs, which is annoying because if it's true, that's another blob buff. But we'll see. I don't want to speculate too heavily on things I know literally nothing about. Dude, Coops, Rusty, I see that. Chaos is the goat. You're a liar. You're a liar, Jack Sparrow, and you'll spend eternity on this ship. But Coops, Tomb Kings were weird, man. Everybody loved Tomb Kings. The fans loved Tomb Kings. A lot of players played Tomb Kings. But I have yet to find anybody. I'm trying to think. Someone's going to pop up in chat and be like, I told you. But anyway, I've yet to find anybody that actually thinks Tomb Kings were good. Like, most people would play Tomb Kings and then after the game be like, yeah, Tomb Kings kind of suck. Like, whether they win or lose, it's like, yeah, this faction kind of blows. I don't know. They were fun. I enjoyed Tomb Kings. I played a decent amount of them for a bit there, where Jeremy kept calling me a Tomb Kings main. But it was like, there's just, like, on paper, they don't work. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they have this global summon. It's this slow-ass monstrous infantry with horrible melee stats. Okay, Ushapti can't do anything. Well, their skeleton chaff is worse than Vampire Count's skeleton chaff. It has less support, and it's more expensive. Oh, that's cool. That's neat. Their cavalry is okay. Only their mid-tier cavalry is any good. Their high-tier and low-tier cavalry both suck. Their ranged units are pretty bad, except for Ushapti Great Bows, but everybody knows that, so they can focus down. Casket of Souls is neat, but it misses too often. Bone Giants are neat, but they miss too often. Sepulchral Stalkers are neat, but they have too many line-of-sight issues. Your Lord Chises are pretty shit, because they're all too expensive, except for Arkin. And even Arkin, he's fragile as fuck. It's just like, on paper, there's so much wrong with this roster, but I always keep picking it. And when I pick it, I'm like, that was a good time. This roster sucks, but it was a good time. It's like, I don't understand it. Why are they so alluring? Because I do enjoy Tomb Kings. I'm not trying to say I don't. It's just like, I can't tell you why I do. I just do. They're just all right. Tomb King Realm of Souls maybe does something now? Yeah. I heard that got pretty big buffs. Palpatine started making chaos for the infantry and stopped for the skirmish cav. Yeah. Remember you were playing Dark Elves more than Skaven for a while. True, but that's because Beastmen and Chaos was the meta, and it was really hard to play Skaven into them. Bone Giant Axe is something like a 20% hit rate at best, but when it hits! Yeah. And that whole rant was all the stuff I can list that's wrong with the Tomb Kings, and maybe more if I go back and look at their faction. But I still picked them, and I won a good amount of the time. Around 50%. So it's like, something's working here, you know? It's just, they're a weird faction, man. They're a weird faction. Alright, first game of Lord Beast versus Infidel Castro. Looks like we have Tzeentch versus Khorne. I really like this matchup as Tzeentch. I have a build, I saved it, I'll have to look at it because I don't remember it exactly, but it has two of these bad boys. I think Screamers of Tzeentch are hidden OP in this matchup because they're armor-piercing anti-large, which means they're good against both Fleshhounds and against Chaos Warriors. You can get a lot of cycle charging in. Against Khorne, you can get aerial dominance pretty easily, freeing yourself up for free cycle charging, so I do like this. Screamer's a good pick. The Knights of Immolation I've tried twice, and both times have disappointed me. I don't think they're a terrible unit, I just have had troubles making them work. But I've had troubles making basic Doom Knights work, and I've seen people do it, so I am curious to see how Lord Beast will handle this. Other than that, we have blue and pink horrors mixed throughout the army, and a front line of 3 Forsaken. No Chaos Spawn, and we do have Kairos Fate Weaver with a lot of spells. Oh, God. Regrowth, Harmonic Convergence, Pendulum, and Blue Fire, and Glean Magic, and Tzeentch's Firestorm. I think that's a mistake. I don't think you should take every single spell. That does feel like a bit of a waste. On the other side, for Infidel Castro, we have double Fleshhounds of Khorne, Chaos Fury in the sky, 2 Chaos Spawn, Chaos Warriors with Halberds in the trees, Chaos Warriors of Khorne out front. We do have double Blood Reaper, only one of which has the Locus of Abjuration, which is the spell resistance. That's a good take. You can't take both, because in the newest fruit rules that came out with Warhammer 3, you can't take duplicate items. And then we have the Herald of Khorne on his chariot! Alright, you very rarely see that. So he's a buff machine. He gives 8 melee attack and leadership to everyone around him, 4 more leadership and 8 more melee attack to everyone around him. And then he gets himself some regeneration as long as he's in melee, and he gives 40 melee attack to everyone around him in bursts. So, buff machine! Yeah, I forgot to take them off. It happens, Mr. Sir. Red Tzeentch against blue Khorne triggered. Hey, we had that last game too. Well, Kislev versus Khorne, but you get the point. I remember the Bone Giants hit. Their Unique of Magic was pretty good. Lord Nakar had some decent buff spells. If only Skull Storm was any good. The skull, like, tornado thing. It was very fun to Kotep with the Lich Staffs and no one could cast. That is true. Kotep was weird. I never got him to work, but I saw players who did. Alright, Herald of Khorne thinks about sprinting into those Forsaken, but he realizes he's going to get Warp Gaze down, so he would get netted and shot, so he's going to pull back. And he'll let the Blood Reapers go up front instead. Their stature on foot makes them a little harder to shoot, and especially once they get into the Forsaken, they will be incredibly hard to take down. Screamers are fighting Chaos Furies of Khorne. Chaos Furies of Khorne are the best Furies. They have Frenzy, and they're just really, really good, so the Screamers are going to lose this fight. They need to run away, and maybe get some support from the Knights of Immolation, but it looks like the Knights have other things on their agenda, so it'll just have to be some horror support for now. Pendulum comes in, but post-nerf, it is not the greatest spell in the world, and you can see there it does okay damage versus the Chaos Warriors, but not much else. We have Halberds moving up. They were looking for Chaos Spawn, but there weren't any to be found, so I guess they'll just have to make do with horrors. And the Forsaken front line is taking a real pounding, as even some Chaos Warriors of Khorne move into the back line, and Furies plus Fleshhounds are also back here, killing off the Screamers and taking it to the Blue Horrors. And it looks like Khorne has really infiltrated the back lines. I don't see this going well for Tzeentch past this point. The Knights of Immolation will have to do a crazy amount of work, but it looks tough. Damage value is about even for now, but Khorne is slightly up on the balance of power. I would tend to agree. Tzeentch needs time to make this build work, and time is not something he's going to get. Spawn are going to infinitely rampage after Forsaken unless that bug got fixed, but that's one spawn unit that's off the map, unfortunately for Khorne. But the overwhelm is too strong, it looks like. There's too many Khorne people. Children of the Khorne springing up and killing the pink horrors of Tzeentch. Firestorm of Tzeentch does come out. Tickles them. That is just the perfect pathing for that spell. And it was tickling them. Tickling them to death. Kairos is out here just doing Kairos things. Being the best Kairos you can be. There's not too much you can do. There's not too much anyone can do. Khorne's OP. Nerf. Nerf, please. Khorne too good, Tzeentch too bad. Nah, it was just a good push for Infidel Castro. I like the double Blood Reaper. They're pretty cheap when they're on foot, especially the one that has like 66% spell resist. If there was Pit of Shades or something, you could save your whole army. You know we can't see the value? What do you mean you can't see the value? Oh, shit. That's right. My camera is where the Warhammer 2 stuff should be. Boom. My bad. That's what I get for switching back and forth between games a lot. At this point, the balance of power is just Kairos, and Kairos is a bad melee combatant. This isn't a wife beater, it's just a sleeveless shirt because it's hot where I am. It's July. Nerf Khorne buff Cathay, please. Hell yeah, dude. Amenaphis got it. Make bear HP equal to the total HP for the unit, because each needs more stuff. I haven't noticed if the Knights of Immolation have gotten off any of their bomb drops. But I don't think that'll save them at this point. But look at that balance of power. Like, look at all this stuff for Khorne, and the balance of power is like, maybe Kairos. Maybe. That's very silly. Doom Knights are going to charge in. They'll probably get Shrek'd. Kairos is out. Maybe an overcasted Tzeentch's Firestorm will kill literally everything. Maybe. It won't, but I can say maybe. It's not illegal. You can't stop me. I know my rights. Balance of power. You're such a fucking drunk. What was that? Harmonic Convergence onto the Knights of Immolation, giving them 80, 72 stats. That's actually kind of nuts. Kairos is thinking about diving. But where's he gonna go? He dives onto the Blood Reaper. I mean, the Herald, I'm sorry. Herald only has 20 melee defense, so I guess he could hit, but still. Kairos with your broken-ass model. Just takes no damage. To be fair, one Mage Lord could destroy an entire Khornate army. Legend proved that the other day. True with Devolve, but Kairos doesn't have Evolve. Alright, victory is in Khorne's grasp. Bounce power's looking real low. Tzeentch is taking some damage. He's surrounded. Army losses is hitting. That is going to be the end of Kairos Fate Weaver. And a victory for Khorne. After they could not prevail against Kislev, they will against their brother Tzeentch. The great game must be played. Hey, Tzeentch's Firestorm, let's go. Alright, Tzeentch's Firestorm. That was it, ladies and gentlemen. God, I hate that spell. It's so bad. I think it's because of the barrier. Maybe. Watch CA add it to his spell kit. Kairos needs Devolve. Sir, aren't we going to fix Devolve? No. Working as intended. One Wind of Magic if using Malagor and can delete an entire army. It's GG. Chaos Warriors push forward. They do okay. Wow, that Chaos Fury got 1200 value. Good God. Kairos and his Doom Knights did okay. Everything on the ground just got run over by the slow-moving grinder of Khorne. And that'll do it for game one. The thought of a big dumb AoE into that Khorne blob gets me tingly. Yeah, I'm trying to think what spells could really punish that. Old Overcast Final Transmutation. Comet of Cassandora could be good. Chain Lightning if you're playing campaign. Why am I so, like, stretchy and yawny right now? It makes me tired, sad. Who dares message me? It's Infidel Castro. Pit of Shades. Yeah, I don't think Pit of Shades is a big enough radius to punish that blob, though. That was a very blobby blob. So what are these pings? Hold on. Well, they do picks and bans for the next thing. What's going on here? They're top tier. Until they're top tier in domination, the buffs will keep coming. Yeah. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I saw Anticity made a video about Croak's explosion spells working weird now. Good old CA adding multiplayer mode in the third game of a trilogy that's completely different from the standard game of the past two games, then balance based on what that mode when land battle modes in campaign still exist. That's pretty fun. This is a weird take. One-to-one comparisons early day. So the video released today was the one about the Jade Warriors getting like chosen level melee defense. But I talked about other things throughout it, and people really like to jump on like the title and just kind of talk about the title. Where it's like, yeah, they have the melee defensive chosen, but I think around here, shields as Dwarf Warrior, 8 speed, 28 versus I don't know what. We'll check it. 32, 40, 85. 22, 40, 85. 22, 40, 85. 32, 48. Is it after I checked the thing? Strength. 100 model. Like the heavily beat them at that, which is nuts. Before you get too mad at me, let me finish my thoughts. Before you get too mad at me, let me finish my thought. Longbeards. 30, 48, 100. 30, 48, 100. 30, 48, 100. 30, 48, 100. Okay, got it. This armor and two more melee attack than Longbeards, 10 less armor. Sure, they don't have ITP and stuff, but stats-wise, they're closer to Longbeards than Dwarf Warriors for only 50 gold. Okay, Human Boy, that's fine. Things are comparable. One, here it is. Fuck you. Two, sorry, that was aggressive. I shouldn't have said fuck you. But still, nah. Dwarves are supposed to be good at stuff. Dwarves pay, every unit of theirs is supposed to be slightly better than most other units because they don't have access to spells. And then Thoric Ironbrow came along with runes. Yeah, I got that. But they don't have access to spells. They don't have access to cavalry. They don't have access to large single entity monsters. They don't have access. So I'll spare you the rest of it, but from like 2 minutes, 30 seconds on, I talk about why Cathay shouldn't have Jade Warriors being as good as Dwarf Warriors. Because Cathay, like, the dwarves pay for that by not having cav or monsters or anything like that, you know? And then the comments are all, like, really quick to just be like, you know, it's one-to-one comparisons are bad, or so what, CA isn't balancing for land battles, or, like, things like that. And it's like, well, you missed the context, but... In campaign stat buffs, whatever, plus showing an ideal config... Showing it in ideal conditions is misleading because 99% of the time that kind of stacking isn't going to happen. Really, Jade Warriors can fluctuate, but you're having slightly low melee defense, slightly high. It's no different to dwarves standing on your ground, except it's a passive. But in land battles, they just sit in the box with the buffs. They don't need to move. See, it isn't balancing for land battle. Who cares? But I'm like, I mean, quick battles is now land battles too, and campaigns entirely land battles. But this one really annoyed me. Yet Cathay still does bad in multiplayer. Kind of nonsense comparison, having anything else in mind. Still early to say this is overpowered without knowing all the things that have changed. It's like, oh, he edited his fucking comment again. I hate this shit. Because now my response doesn't make any sense. Cathay still does bad multiplayers. 25 seconds in, land battles and domination mode, don't care about that. So his previous comment was saying, and yet they still do bad in domination mode. And I said, okay, cool. But 25 seconds in, I said that's not what I'm talking about. So you didn't even watch 25 seconds before criticizing it. But then he edits his comment. Coward! Anyway. I have 6 messages. What's this about? Alright, Infidel Castro picked Slanesh banned Nurgle. And then Lord Beast is going Slanesh right back. So we have a Slanesh mirror match. Nice. Overly Simplified is good. Yeah, they're funny. I enjoy oversimplified content. Stream of Corruption? Yeah, Manifest. That would have dealt with that corn blob real easy. Imagine Vargeists. Vangeists? Oh, yeah. Thanks, Kiara. Cairo should have the in-game spell book. It's a skill tree. That would actually be kind of fun, Grievin. Like, I can't tell if you're joking or serious, but in campaign, who cares? So just give him, like, a crazy amount of spells he could select from. Amenephis, thanks for the troll. Docs again, Austin? Yeah, that's me. So Rat is cosplaying as Major City? No, the Major City is cosplaying as me. Duh. Easy clap. Easy clap. Alright, both players are ready. First Slanesh Mirror. This is going to be fast, no matter how it goes. Slanesh Mirrors are not known for lasting a long time. And we see an old friendly face. Nakari. Huh. I thought you had died, my friend. I thought you had died. Nakari, the 4,000 gold lord himself. The one-man army that does not perform like a one-man army. The man with the crab hand. I hope we get at least one Nakari. There you go, Pop Palpatine. There you go. It's kind of a joke, but picking his own spell tree would be loreful too. Like one Vortex, one Wind, one Leech, Fireball, a few buffs like that. Yeah. I'm a big fan of just go nuts with campaign because I'm of the camp that I don't think campaign balancing matters. Like, it's just kind of a sandbox to have fun. But there are some people who would disagree. So, teach their own. Slanesh is quick to burst. Oh, that's spooky. I suppose we're in the Cursed Marshes. This is a Vampire Counts map. Okay. Nakari with a good kiss costs like 3,200, 3,400. I suppose. What do you got on you, friend? Willing Prey, Witstealer Sword, Lash of Slanesh, Acquiescence, and Slicing Shards. And then Soul Siphon, the Slanesh lore passive, Arcane Conduit, Harvester of Souls. Huh. Alright. Good for you. Aside from that, we have the Bringers of Beguilement, the Exalted Demonettes. Arawar, we have another Exalted Demonette. We have 4 basic Marauders, Soul Grinder of Slanesh, Double Spawn, and then we have 1 Spearman. That is it for the blue army of Infidel Castro. Small elite force because Nakari's so spindy. Nakari mirror match, finally asking the question. Amenephis, I will not read the rest of that, but you are correct. Strongest total Warhammer 3 Lord is Kugath, in my opinion. Yeah, individual Lord is definitely Kugath. To anyone who thinks campaign balance matters, point out Ikit Claw. Yeah, Ikit has one of the best campaigns, and he's not balanced at all. Hellstrider Slanesh, looks like we have 2 of them, and a Fury. Another Hellstrider, another Fury, so it looks like 2 and 3 for that mixing. We do have the Bringers of Beguilement on both sides, but for the red team of Lord Beast, it's a lot more Marauder focused, and 1 regular Demonette as well. We have 2 Chaos Spawn, and we have a Herald of Slanesh on a Chariot. Bold today! Lash, Hysterical Frenzy, and Slicing Shards, and Phantasmagoria. Okay. A lot of spells. A lot of spells. Both players brought Slicing Shards. I think Slicing Shards are interesting. Personally, I don't love the spell because I think it's too easy to dodge, especially for a fast faction like Slanesh. But in general, I've kind of soured on Slicing Shards. If it hits, it does a lot of damage, but I just think players can dodge it decently easily. Depending on the matchup, of course. It is only 12 wins of magic, though. Maybe I should give it another go. Let us see who will win. Is this the last tourney before IE? No, Niall, no. For the Vermin League, we still have Stormvermin, Chieftains, and Grey Seers for the land battle stuff. And then I host a poll every week, which I'll put up after this stream, for what people want to do in the week. And some Warhammer 3 stuff will be on there if people want to do it, but I go with whatever gets the votes. And usually Warhammer 2 does. So we'll see. How much wins of magic do these players think they're going to have? A lot, Pop Palpatine. People just like playing overpowered stuff in campaign. It's not really a problem unless something makes difficulty trivial instantly. Usually things like economy exploits take a long time to do. Yeah, I could see that. I guess some people... I guess I do play the campaign a little differently. I usually try to, like, do things kind of in a role-playing mindset. Like, if an AI wrongs me, and it would be beneficial for me to ignore it, but, like, I'm playing the dwarves, I'm not going to let go of it. You know what I mean? So I'll do stuff like that that actively hurts me, but I just have fun doing it. I don't know. I think the Total War campaign is just really fun. It's like such a good formula, it's so hard to screw up having fun in campaign. And then the portals existed. Oh, salt. Fair enough. By the way, that impression you did of Turin the other day was hilarious. Thanks. I do my best. Alright. Infidel Caster is charging full speed ahead with Nakari. Nakari's 5 armor means if these Hellstriders Slanesh actually just turned and fought him, they would do a lot of damage, but there's a Soul Grinder nearby. There's also a bunch of spawn and other crap. So Nakari's just going in. 1-man army. He's got to carry this. Ah! I just want to ditch my arm. No! Furies and Demonettes are stuck fighting Nakari as he throws out some spells to give himself even crazier stats. But it looks like we have a little bit of a mistake here. The Herald of Slanesh and the Hellstriders of Slanesh are all forgotten on the side. Countercharging here from the Hellstriders that are nearer to the battle, and they will get to Nakari pretty quickly. Are they both targeting Nakari, or is just one? Yep, he's diving in deeper. There's the Slicing Shards. Can the red team avoid it? Can they? Or are we about to see some nasty damage? It is overcast even. Oh, that's going to be a lot of damage. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, my God, the humanity! Oh, Jesus Christ! The big melee blob has ensued, and already there's a lot of units that are entirely dying. Nakari got pretty good value on that, but shockingly, Lord Beast is actually holding together on value. I would have thought with Nakari getting that huge spell off that he would have skyrocketed ahead, but it does not seem to be the case. We have a flank of Hellstriders in the Herald of Slanesh. Maybe if they can recharge these Exalted Demonettes or get a spell off onto them, that would be quite beneficial. Soul Grinder and Nakari are doing better than I would have thought for being surrounded by units, especially with 5 armor. It's a pretty bad time. And some of the Exalted Demonettes do notice the idle cavalry of Slanesh and will start hitting them. And the Beguilement Bringers do have Rampage. So if these Hellstriders take enough damage, they will not be able to cycle charge. They will just stand there and die. Speaking of standing there and dying, Nakari. Oh, Nakari. Look at you. Trying your best to be a real lord, but you fail. But you fail! Ooh, another Slicing Shards. It's just a Slicing Shards game. That's a lot of damage. Ow, my body, it hurts. Quick little lash of Slash. Does okay. Just gives a bunch of buffs. And Nakari's back into the fight, fighting some Chaos Spawn. Having a real hard time getting Nakari's heal off, it looks like. Not healing a ton. It's weird that, like, the Heralds and the Exalted Demons or whatever have better healing mechanics than Nakari, because Nakari has to wipe out a whole unit, right? And here we are, dueling the Herald of Slaanesh. That is the right target for you. 0 melee defense because of Acquiescence and Willing Prey, and Nakari's buffed up to 963 weapon strength, but unfortunately a quick rampage happens and it loses its target. It needs to retarget onto the Herald of Slaanesh and then just one-shot it. Phantasmaphoria from who? It is from Lord Beast onto Infidel Castro. So those units losing some leadership, it doesn't matter. The elite ROR isn't going anywhere, Nakari isn't going anywhere, and these spawn are living in breakables, they don't care. Nakari is bodying this Herald of Slaanesh on the Chariot, who's wiggling their way out of trouble, like most Slaaneshi do. And it is now crumbling. It will die, and without that, Infidel Castro will take a pretty significant lead in this game. It was close until that snipe, but Nakari doing the one thing this character is actually insanely good at. 1v1ing scrubs. And that Chariot Caster was a scrub. Now, if that Chariot Caster had been a single unit of Chaos Spawn, then Nakari would have been in big trouble. Because a single unit of Chaos Spawn can kill any Slaanesh Lord because of their piss poor armor. But that's not what we're talking about. That was nice. That was a good snipe. And that is how the Slaanesh matchup goes, is you get one chance, one opportunity. Sees everything you ever wanted. Do you capture it, or just let it slip? His need is weak. Crab claws are heavy. Mom's spaghetti, it's perfect. And the vomit is cooked nice and ready. To something innuendo. Slaanesh stuff. It's gross. Samarak, hello lad of hummus. Samarak, it's been a while. How you doing, dude? You cannot stay, but I wish you luck. That is good. Well, thanks, buddy. If you had stayed, you would get the code I was about to give out for 1,000 free dollars to anybody who enters the code, but I guess you'll just miss it. I guess goodbye, Samarak. Guess it's fine. Nope, it's okay. Just leave. Nakari actually got 4,000 value, so go Nakari, go. I'm surprised, but intrigued. I think it was mostly that slicing shards. That slicing shards was nuts. It's great that they're doing new victory conditions for campaign. It's like they need to conquer 8 regions all over the place for a short victory. Yeah. I very, very rarely got a real victory in Warhammer 2. I play a lot of campaigns, but I would just stop playing them when I felt like it. Okay. We are looking for... We're looking for Blood Penguin and Spartan. Yo, yo. You in lobby? Infidel Caster will be waiting in finals for whoever wins this one. So we have Spartan versus Blood Penguin, and then we'll go to the finals and have Infidel Caster versus whoever. Mm-hmm. 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 I had a child scream in my ear, so couldn't concentrate. Sucks, but GG, bro. Hey, man. Kids come first. Always. Kids always come first over video games. And I respect you for being a good father. Innuendo, more like innuendo. I love that one. The DLC campaigns in 2 were great since you could actually finish them in a reasonable time. True. You recently got Greasus to pay for himself? I got Greasus Goldtooth to pay for himself one time. One time. And then I took him like 8 or 9 matchups and lost every single one of them. But I was just like, but the one time, he did great. What called? We will see, but if you gotta go, you gotta Go. No worries, man. Infidel Caster has some stuff coming up, so we'll see. It is Sparta. Okay. So we'll see what happens. I am here. All right, we're going into Tzeentch Cathay. It's our first Cathay game of the day. Let's go. Who's excited for double Terracotta Sentinel Blob? Let's go. Let's do this. Let's play a match after the last game. Sure. Who's the strongest lord in Total Warhammer 3 and 2? Still probably Kugath. Probably Kugath. Kugath is actually insane. Like, the Nurgle roster in land battles, before anybody gets all mad at me about domination mode or whatever, in land battles, Kugath is literally carrying the Nurgle roster into relevancy because every matchup he's in, if Nurgle's going to win it, he has to get 5,000 or 6,000 value, which is just nuts. Hate that. Grease's mobility scooter has realistic movement. DLC campaigns are the only ones I finished. I started Malice Darkblades campaign, but I got so bored of the Dark Elf early game. The Dark Elf early game is, for me, brutal. It was just so slow. It's like the Empire early game, but the archers aren't even cheap, so you can't just spam cheap archers and get through it. It's brutal. It's fucking brutal. His mechanics are fun. I think the campaign looked fun. I just couldn't get over the Dark Elf early game. Same with Rakarth. I tried Rakarth's campaign and got bored like turn 15 and stopped. So who was where? Spartan was on top, so that's GGX Spartan. And the other side we have unaffiliated Blood Penguin. Cathay versus Tzeentch. Now, since Blood Penguin's playing Tzeentch, I'm betting we're getting Chaos Knights. I don't know how many. I don't know why. I don't know what they're gonna do. But it is Blood Penguins. We're probably getting them. Grease is filthy rich, but is unable to pay for himself. That's a pretty good burn. I want an Ogre Combat Legend Lord that isn't a Walmart person. Fair. Scrag the Slaughterer is not a great combatant, which is fine because he's a mage, but still. I stopped bringing infantry into Nurgle and Kislev because of Kugath and Steam of Corruption. Early game is especially awful with Malice, with his non-existent replenishment rate. Yeah, because of you need to take the potion or whatever. What is Cyrus want? So you don't know the joy of Black Arc spam? If you're talking about Corsairs, no. If you're talking about the literal Black Arcs, no, I didn't get that far. The Dark Elf campaign was just meh for me. I don't know. I don't know, man. It looked fun, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. What do we have? What's going on? For Cathay, we have the Righteous Lances of Wei Jin, the Great Longbow Riders with Guardian and Armor Piercing. We also have Dragon-Blooded Shugi Lord of Yang in the sky with only the Dragon's Breath and the Jade Amulet. One cannon, an Alchemist of Metal with Final Transmutation. Human boy, there's no other alchemist lord. Shut up, I realized it after I said it. Jade Lancers, Jade Lancers, Jade Lancers, so triple Jade Lancers. Looks like we have quadruple Jade Warrior crossbows. We have Peasant Long Spearmen, Jade Warriors, and Peasant Long Spearmen. Simple build, effective, elegant. What's everyone's first campaign going to be in IE? Queek. Queek, baby. Queek. That's it. That's the right answer. I win. I won the question. It's Queek. So it's Queek. I love Queek. On Plague Penguin's side, we do have Screamers of Tzeentch, the Knights of Immolation. Wow, are these going to be your heavy cav, Blood Penguin? Are these pathetic things your heavy cav? Where are your ground knights? You have betrayed the order of the heavy cavalry. Anyway, Exalted Lords of Change is Tzeentch with Infernal Gateway and Blue Fire. We have one Flamer. Wow, that's risky. They are going to get shot by archers, and they are going to die. We have 2 Chaos Spawn, a front line of Forsaken mixed with Blue Horrors, and that is it. That is the whole build. First campaign is going to be Kolek for you, Scarbrander Torox. Dark Shards actually kill things, though. I really hate Wolfheart's campaign. You're stuck with basic archers against a faction that has tons of units with shields. I liked Wolfheart's campaign for the RPG aspects, but I did get really tired of fighting Soros spam. Lizardmen wouldn't be that bad to fight if the AI would do more than spam Soros. Like, use more of your frickin' dinosaurs. I want to fight some dinosaurs. And they're just like, how about 18 Saurus with the maces? Weird triple gold chevroned blessed spawn unit that I got from somewhere. And a Croxagore Ancient. You want to fight 10 of those in a row? You want to fight 10 of those? Saurus armies with a Croxagore Ancient? You want to fight 15 of those? And it's like, no, not really. That sums up my Queek campaign when you're on the Vortex map where you're on that one island with a shit ton of Lizardmen. Sums up my Queek campaign, sums up my Wolfheart campaign, sums up my Vampire Coast campaign where I was playing Luther Harkin. Lizardmen and AI are not fun to fight. All right, we're off to the races. I'm going to talk about this, I promise. I promise. Greater Lord of Change does move forward a little bit. Spartan is quick to zone him off with the Shugi Lord of Yang, plus the threat of just a million arrows and cannons, and then the Righteous Lances of Wei Jin were nearby. Dragon Breath, I don't know if it was overcast or not, it just kind of depletes the shields of the Forsaken, but that's all it honestly needs to do, as the archers are about to start making them regret ever being born. Even with their decent amount of armor, having no shields just means the Forsaken of Siege will get slowly cut down. And we have a lag spike. Will we get through it? Maybe. It's second Kazrak. Imrik can't miss the meme of meeting the Dragon Lady. Grievin, that's going to be good. Do you have the dreaded Haggard mod that we all know what we're talking about, but I'm not going to say it? All right. Meanwhile, cannons are destroying Blood Penguin's Lord. He's already down to about half HP and he's going to run away, but a Fury Summon will quickly dive onto those cannons. And since flying units were fixed, they actually do attack still the cannons, not the crew. All right, flying units are kind of fixed, but they do better. I will say that. Furies do better since the changes, so I can't shit-talk them too much. Meanwhile, the Lord of Change is diving in to help fight these Jade Lancers. His Blue Horrors are disintegrating, and a quick Infernal Gateway should delete that entire unit of Jade Warrior Crossbowmen. The Fury Summon's already almost dead, and the Doom Knights plus Screamers are making mincemeat out of the Righteous Lances of Wei Jin. More like the Righteous Dead of Wei Jin. Fucking got him. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Check memes, how good is your dog impression? I don't know, I guess I'll find out in a second. So Tzeentch has compromised a lot of the Cathay areas, but will it matter, or will the Jade Warriors hold? They're probably going to hold, spoiler alert. But will it matter, or will they hold? They're going to hold, don't you worry about it. But will it matter? Yes. Yep. Quick final transmutation, it looks like, is going to do a lot of damage to the Knights of Immolation and the Screamers, but who is it attached to? Ooh, it is attached to the Knights, it's not attached to the Screamers. That would have been nice, because then at least they could have separated out. We got the Lord of Change still taking some cannonball poke whenever he sits still, and Tzeentch is behind on the balance of power. First campaign of the Imrik. I like to see the Warriors' Chaos campaign mechanics and units before I can decide. The Vlad campaign looks pretty fun too. It's weird that Manfred is down in the Southlands. I was confused about that one. New Queek campaign, Queek versus Scarborough, and then restart the campaign. Queek's gonna win, damn it! I like to play Orion or Sisters of Twilight first. Classic Coops and his Wood Elves. Meow just looks like my main in World of Warcraft, basically, except being Chinese, so I'm biased. I'm playing a Miao Yin campaign right now. It's pretty fun. I'm just at the point where I have to finish up all the portals. I have one left, and I'm just like, oh, I'm kind of done with this campaign. I own the entire world, but okay. I own everything to the Empire, all the way through Cathay, and then I made a goal to settle the Chaos Wastes, which shows you how well I'm doing that campaign if I can take the time to settle the Chaos Wastes. All of them are uninhabitable territory for Cathay. Alright, big Infernal Gateway plus the Tzeentch army ability. It is doing decent damage to everyone around it, but it is a desperate last hope for a faction that is running out of dudes. As the Doom Knights are extremely wounded. I mean, the Tzeentch Lord is about to crumble. Spawn are almost dead, everything else is almost dead. But the full health flamers are coming out of the trees. I don't think they were forgotten as much as they had to stay back away from the archers, and then you just couldn't compromise the archers before the flamers could come out and play. What's a scaly? You don't want to know. The Southlands Bowl will be brutal. It really looks like they're prepping the map for the Nagash DLC. Shiggy Diggy, I don't disagree, but what makes you say that? I am confused. The first best campaign will be Grombrindle. True. Oh, I've seen this, Chasing Rainbows.
And the dogs were across the road. And as soon as they saw me, they came bounding over. And I just made it into the front door in time.
Yeah. That guy does a good impression of a dog. Alright. Shugi Lord of Yang did fine. The Lances of Weijin did fine. Cannon did okay. Jade Lancers did okay. Archers did okay. Jade Warriors did okay. Wow, like everything just about paid for itself, and that's how Cathay won that game. Exalted Lord did okay. Again, the Knights of Immolation are just underwhelming me a little bit. Screamers did well. Forsaken did Spawn did Flamers couldn't get in the action because of the archers, and the Horrors did okay. Boop. I'm not, after watching a couple replays, I mentioned I tried twice myself. I couldn't get the Knights of Immolation to be very good. And after watching some replays of them, I'm just not sold on the Doom Knights ROR. They're not my favorite. They're not my favorite. I'm gonna play Scarbrand and Punt Queek and keep sending you SS screenshots. Good. Do it. Do it. Like Zeb. First of all, the Southlands got mega stacked. Second, they make Volkmars and Manfred Campaign Center on gathering the books of Nagash. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Shoving a bunch of people in the Southlands didn't tell me I wasn't like immediately connecting what you're talking to there. I have a Gotrek and Felix thing to say, but I have to take a leak before the next game starts. I'll be right back. Oi. Yep. I'm back. All right. I'm back. We heard your feedback about Lustrious. We decided to move half those alerts to the Southlands and add an additional few there from the old world. All right, so Gotrek and Felix. Or Gotrek, whatever, but I say Gotrek. So no spoilers, but I'm in the 4th omnibus, and something's bothering me. So if you haven't read it, I'm going to change the name so it doesn't affect you. But if you're really sensitive about like super spoilers, I mean not super spoilers. If you're sensitive about spoilers, go away. Shoo! Get out of here! So I'm reading these books, right? And in the first omnibus, I remember the book ended, and at the end of every omnibus, they have some random articles where they don't know where to put them. And they had, at the end of the first omnibus, it was there's a guy named Mark. I'm making that up in case of spoilers. But there's a guy named Mark. He travels with Gotrek and Felix every once in a while. And then they had a story where Mark was fighting alongside Karl Franz in a random field for no reason and got fucking murdered. And I was like, okay, so Mark's dead. That was a weird way for Mark's journey to end, but okay. And then the second book started, and Mark was fucking there. And I'm like, what? So he's not dead? And then it turns out that was in the future. So that article had no business being the first omnibus. I knew now Mark dies way later. So now every story I see with Gotrek, Felix, and Mark, I know Mark can't die because he has to die later. And I'm like, okay, that was kind of a dumb spot for the omnibus to put that, but whatever, it's fine. But also, they described Mark as having, let's say, when he died, the story described him as having, let's say, brown hair, a virulence of youth, and like strength and stuff. And then you don't hear from Mark after his story in the second omnibus, not because he's dead, because he separates from Gotrek and Felix, where I presume he goes off to die. I presume. In the fourth omnibus, so like 1,500 pages later in the story, Mark comes back, and he has, I'm making this up again because of no spoilers, he has white hair, a bad leg, and he's old as shit, because Gotrek and Felix don't age correctly due to Gotrek's axe's magic. And I'm like, well then, the fuck? So that story just wasn't true. So what was the point of putting it in these omnibuses? Because that story's not true, otherwise he would be dead already. Or what, does he get younger before he dies? Or like, how does Mark die? Because this is stupid now. And I got pissed off, so I'm like, I don't know what's happening. So I went to look at the wiki for Mark. I looked up Mark on the Warhammer wiki. It doesn't mention that he dies. It doesn't mention that he dies at all. So it's like, even the wiki doesn't treat that story as canon. Why is it the fucking omnibus? Why did I read that, like, 25 pages of nothing? I don't like it. It pisses me off. It was really fucking with me. Because then I ignored context clues that Mark was coming back. Because there were some hints that, like, maybe Mark's nearby. I'm like, Mark can't be nearby. He's dead. And then they're like, Mark's here. And he's an old-ass man. I'm like, no, he fucking isn't. Because he died as a young-ass man. Yeah, Manifest, I'm noticing that. Like I said, like, as you're pointing out, you have to do the reading order instead of just trust the books. I get that, but like I said, this one-off story of Mark, quote-unquote, Mark dying, just, like, didn't happen. Because now Mark is older than that story said he ever got to be. And I'm like, okay, well, now he can't go back and die. Like, that story just is false. They generally aren't up to par with the Slayer novel. Shiggy Diggy, yeah. I would agree. Because I am really enjoying the series now. Coops, I didn't miss your comment. The Repance campaign looks pretty fun. Repance was my favorite Bretonian campaign by far. But yeah. Anyway, I started off not very hot on the Gotrek and Felix series. All of Omnibus 1, I was kind of talking about it before, not my favorite. But Omnibus 2, 3, and 4, they've really been building and getting better and better as they focus away from the fights. Like, the fights are still there and the fights are still fun, but the fights aren't the point. The fights are the journey that gets you to the goal, right? Whereas in the first Omnibus, it felt like the fights were the goal, and then it's like, well, I know Gotrek and Felix can't die, so there's nothing to this fight. The only people involved are Gotrek, Felix, and a demon. Well, I know there's 4 more books after this, so no one in this situation can get hurt. But the books got better when it seems like the authors went away from the fights and they did more like personal stuff. Like, they included characters that could die, and they included like a fight would happen, but in the background you're learning about Gotrek and Felix's like struggles with Felix's struggle with mortality is especially interesting because he's aging slower being next to Gotrek's axe. So a couple arcs that have been really cool is watching him interact with people. And he's like, oh, I saw you just like yesterday. Yeah, you're like 26. Oh, wait, no, it was like 50. That was 10 years ago? Holy shit. You have a kid? Oh, I thought maybe we had a chance together, but no, 10 years passed and like, oh, fuck, man. Or like he goes and visits his father and like has all these issues. Like, that shit's super interesting. The stories are banging right now. That was one minor complaint, but Yeah, the books are really good. I'm in the middle of Shaman Slayer right now, so they're up in the Drakewald. Mark, you died? Yes, you apparently died. Looks like Spartan and Blood Penguin have Kislev Nurgle. I enjoy this matchup as Nurgle. I usually lose it, but I do enjoy it. I think it's fun. As fun as Nurgle matchups get, to be fair. The later authors have a bad habit of just ignoring whatever they feel like or declaring that they're writing an alternate universe or just forcing whatever they want. Kinslayer is one of my favorite Gotrek and Felix novels, but the fact that the end times happen really bring down the last two novels. I'd recommend reading the Jack Yall Warhammer novels, Drakenfels, Beast in the Velvet, etc. They're best fantasy stuff. So what do I have? For not Gotrek and Felix, I have the Carrick 8 Peaks trilogy. All those stories were incredible. All of them were incredible. Super good writing. Matthias Toulmin, Witch Hunter. Also very good omnibus. Very good. Liked it. It was good stuff. There's a series of short stories I also have called Knights Errant, Knights of the Realm, and then Questing Knight that follows a young Bretonnian knight. That one's okay. The personal story is very good. If you pay attention to the macro story is bad, and what I mean by that, I'll be quick before the game starts, but what I mean by the macro story is like there's a battle where, for example, it's like send around the flanking force. I'm going to fight this guy. And the fighting this guy is written really well. And then you're like, wait, where is the flanking force? And then, like, they eventually show up, but the time doesn't make any sense. Or, like, you know, oh, Albrecht de Bordelot is about 3 days away from here, Mr. Lewin Lancourt. Okay, cool. He's 3 days away. All right. And then they get in a fight that afternoon, and as night falls, Alberic shows up. And I'm like, how did he get here in less than a day? You said he was 3 days away. It's like, well, the plot needed him here. Okay, then don't say he's 3 days away. Say he's 1 day away. Like, or 2 days. Or, like, make it a believable amount of time that he could have gotten here early. Like, shortening a distance by almost a third. Like, sorry, not shortening by a third. Shortening by 2/3 to get here in a third of the time is just not believable. But the story is like, I needed him here. So that series isn't as well written as the other ones I was just recommending. It's good. It's a good story. I enjoyed it. I had a ton of fun reading it. But, like, I acknowledge its flaws. You know what I mean? Where there's, like, you know, it's not the best written, but it's a good story. Does that make sense? So you just kind of go with the punches on that one if you read it. Because it is good. I like it. All right. What are we doing with this game? If Gotrek is strong, who can beat him? Nobody. So for Nurgle, we have some Plague Bearers, Plague Bearers, Plague Bearers, Plague Bearers. I really like double Exalted Plague Bearers to throw grenades at bears. We have 2 Nurglings. We have the Barons of the Bog. This is actually the first replay I've cast. Not even replay, this is live. But this is the first game I've cast with the Pox Riders ROR. So I'll be interested to see how they do. Double Soul Grinder. I really don't like them units. I think they are overhyped. I think they suck. But if they hit, they can do okay. I just don't see them hit a lot. We have Kugath, the boy, the man, the myth, the legend, the one-man army. And he's doing fine. On the other side, we have the other ROR people like to complain about, myself included, is the Oath Brothers of Tor. We do have 1 Snow Leopard. We have a Frost Maiden of Ice, Castalton. Haven't seen a lot of him recently, but Castalton's back in action. And then it is Archer Spam. Not surprising. What is surprising is the Ice Guard. Double Ice Guard and then 5 Kossars. One without spears, but the rest 2. Ooh, these are Ice Guard with glaives. Okay, don't like that. And then 3 Armored Kossars. The problem with Ice Guards, in my opinion, is they aren't any tankier to Nurgle's, like Kugath's Nurgling artillery or Stream of Corruption. So I feel like they just die, and they're a lot of money. I don't love Ice Guard. Some people swear by them, but I don't really like them. no one. It's kind of like One Punch Man in a way. It's less about the fight, more about the psychology of the man, his relationship and whatnot. Archie beat the shit out of Gotrek? I imagine he would. John Abercrombie's Heroes is one of the few novels that do the time span within battle well. Not Warhammer, but great stuff. I read some of Joe Abercrombie stuff. I have a friend, Mr. Overlord, who's been on the channel a few times. He really likes that author. I haven't gotten too much into him. I don't read as much as I wish I did, and when I do, I end up rereading series too much. Like, I'm still reading the Halo and Gears of War series from my childhood. So whenever they come out with a new book, and they're all trash. Like, those books are poorly written. Sorry if you like them, but I think they're poorly written. But I'm still reading them because I started and I haven't stopped. So I have a couple Halo books over there that are waiting for me to read them after the Gotrek and Felix ones. Excuse me. What match would be good for the Ice Guard? Not a lot. I mean, there's a reason you don't see them very often. Maybe Khorne. Maybe, because Khorne can't punish them with spells. Maybe Tzeentch, because they could defend themselves against Furies diving down on them, and Tzeentch doesn't have a lot of great infantry clearing spells. Like, if he uses an entire Infernal Gateway on Ice Guard, that could potentially dodge it. Like, it's not great when the magic use. So maybe Tzeentch, maybe Khorne. Slaanesh Nurgle, not a great idea. Kislev Mirror, not a great idea. Ogres would be okay, but there's just better things to use your money on there. And Cathay, absolutely not. So, there's your answer. But you don't see, like I said, you don't see them a lot for a reason. There's not a lot of situations where they are very good. Alright, the RORs of interactiveness are both fighting each other. Bam Bam Boom, 17 melee attack on these guys, 102 on the Oath Bears, but they only have 56 weapon strength and shrinking, so can they do it? Maybe, because these guys are set on fire, which they don't like, since they want to regenerate and stuff. And the fight has taken place. It does look like the Oath Brothers are getting the upper hand on the Nurgle side. And this is where I really like Exalted Plague Bears, chucking some grenades and really whittle down those War Bears. They'll do a great job. For Spartan, I'm guessing he would probably want to kite back. Committing to this fight just means you're going to get shot a lot and you haven't gotten all your streams of corruption off. You haven't got all your grenades off that you want to do. You can see these Ice Guard are really punishing. Now, first comes the stream of corruption. And that was undercasted. Oof. Stream of corruption's overcast. They'll delete infantry units, but you do need to do that. Nurgle ROR is gone. Soul Grind of Nurgle is going that way as well. Stalton's in here fighting with his Oath Bear brothers. Cult is still full health. Cultist Nurgle is silly. Moving his whole army away with no one shooting or attacking. I saw that moment you're talking about. Kugath was standing still. He was throwing. Wheel of Time does time span battle pretty well. First Law Trilogy is probably the best modern fantasy in trilogy. Is that a Brandon Sanderson? I think it is. Kugath is getting the very fun interactive treatment of Nurgle versus archers. And if he goes down, this battle is 100% over. Quick stream of corruption. Unfortunately, it's on Armored Karsars, an already wounded unit, and that's not the least of his problems. Kugath is gone, and with that, so are the chances of Nurgle winning this fight. Wasn't the biggest fan of Wheel of Time. The world building is good, but the characters are awfully cliche. I read the Star Wars Expanded Universe. Love those books, but they're not all written well. Yeah. I like Abercrombie's books I've read. They're actually fun to read. So Kugath got trashed on. He didn't get a lot of time to get his value out. Soul Grinders did okay. Plague Bearers didn't even get into a fight before it was over. Gestalton, his bears, and his archers just did the work of the gods. La GG. We're going to game 3. Boom. Boom. All right. Yeah. Should I take a shot at doing a Total War Attila Lord of the Rings mod? Sure. Would be dope. I gave everybody the points. We're good. Books. You guys are talking about books I know nothing about, so I cannot contribute, but I am glad you're enjoying it. That was quick? Yeah. That'll happen. That'll happen. I remember reading the Mistborn series. That was pretty good. It ended weird. I don't think it ended badly. It was not the ending I wanted, but it wasn't like it was poorly written. You know what I mean? Where it's like if someone makes a food, like... I made sushi. Okay, well, I don't like sushi. I can acknowledge this is good sushi, but it's not for me because I don't enjoy sushi at all. That's how I felt about the Mistborn ending. The trilogy ending, not the single book, but where like they took a turn and it was well written and it like makes sense in its own world, but I just wanted the story to go a different way. So it is what it is. That was a weird one. It's White Tower art got me through book 11. Oh damn. Yeah, Rocket. Kugath did go down fast. Someone here, I think it was Coops, was just saying they stopped going archers because of stream corruption. I still think mass archers is the best way to deal with Nurgle as Kislev, but I would be curious to see what Coops brings. Or whoever said that, if I'm misremembering. I think Spartan's problem was not overcasting stream of corruption. And I mean, this is biased. Of course, this is biased, so take it with a grain of salt. But I don't believe in soul grinders, so I felt like they were a waste of money. Because soul grinders miss a lot. Which is a big problem, and they're expensive, and whatever. That's fine. My problem with them in general is that you need to kite with them, and Nurgle can't. Like, Kugath can't keep up with the kite, so he's going to get left behind. So that puts you on a timer. So your soul grinders have to get all of their shooting out that they want to get out before Kugath gets caught by the archers, and then you have to stand and fight. And as we saw, that just didn't go well, because there wasn't enough time to get your value out. I much prefer the style of, Kugath can't kite. He's too slow. So you take him, use him as a central artillery piece to force them into you, and then you put all your funds into winning the fight after it starts. Because if you can kill all the archers, Kugath can carry the rest of the game for you most of the time. From what I've experienced. Now, I haven't played it in a little while, but I was trying to get Plague Toads to work, but I just couldn't. They knocked stuff around too much, and they didn't kill anything before they themselves got shot by archers. So a couple Furies are doing well. Nurgling spam, Forsaken, just because Forsaken are fast enough to catch stuff. Plague Bearers are like better if you stand and fight, but Kislev was... I'm chasing the archers. They're running away from me. So Forsaken, Nurgling spam, maybe a couple Furies, and then Kugath. And I had like 1 or 2 spawn just to peel chariots. And that was working okay for me. Oh, and 2 Exalted Plague Bearers I mentioned before to deal with the bear blob. Because if they blob, you just lob. Brandon Sanderson can't write interesting characters to save his life. He does some interesting things with world building, but that's not really an aspect you can rely on. Fantastic. Matt had very good evolution through the series. It was me. I bring Boris, the Heal Blob, double Little Grom, 2 or 3 horse archers, 1 armor constar, and a cast with Ice Maiden's Kiss. Interesting. Who was... Do I have those books? I have to have those books. Hang on. Oh, where is it? That's somewhere. Anybody read Patrick Rothfuss? I think that's who it is. That's why I was looking for the book. But Name of the Wind and Wise Man's Fear. Did anybody read those? Because if you did, I really enjoyed the first book. The second book was so strange. It was like one of the best written nothings I could ever say I've read. Like, the second book just didn't go anywhere. It didn't do anything. It was very well written, but it was like 800 pages of just wandering around. By the way, regarding the conversation of novels over on the stream, I have a massive database of Warhammer books, audios written all alike, the novels, the short stories, the dramas, as well as every rule book and all the games too. So if anybody wants something to read, strong chance I have it. Nice. YouTube comments that blobbing is illegal in tournament roles, and you should just quit if anyone ever has an army you don't like. That's silly. Dude, Name of the Wind is awesome. Wise Man's Fears, I got fucking lost. I think his interacts with on. Okay, so you're just talking about like that Wheel of Time thing. Dude, Name of the Wind is awesome. Wise Man's Fear was so weird. He just walked around like Name of the Wind, and you never finished the second book. Okay, there's two people here that haven't finished the second book or started it, so I won't spoil too much. But talking about my frustrations, I will. The main thing, Chasing Rainbows, that does not continue through the second book, but that's fine. In the first book, it's like, there are demons in the future, and I, the great Clothier, will kill them all. Anyway, so I was a kid, and I went to college, and I did these things, and I learned this stuff. And I'm like, that's book one. Cool. We're learning about his background. All right, he's a cool dude. And then the second book is like, so I had a lot of sex with randoms. And it's like, okay. Wait, that was the book? Yep. What did you do? I wandered around and had sex with randoms. This was supposed to be a trilogy. We aren't even back to the future where there are demons. What's going on? And then Patrick Rothfuss, didn't he come out and say it's the first trilogy in a trilogy? Like a trilogy of trilogies. So there's going to be 9 books. And I'm like, okay, I am interested in the overall plot. I hope no more of the books are him wandering around having sex. Because we have shit to do. We gotta keep this moving. There are those who would argue that an 800-page story without an arc is not well written. I loved Name of the Wind until I realized that Cavole is just Wesley Crusher. Then I hated it. Who's that? Who's Wesley Crusher? It did change it quite a bit, but he still really bothered me. Oh, you're talking to Zep. I see. I love the way the second book ends with a huge reveal that will never get addressed. True. Yeah. I don't remember too much of the specifics about the second book, the Wise Man's Fear coops, but it was just like, it was also funny to me when I was reading it. The impression was like, this book is called The Wise Man's Fear. Anyway, it's pretty much softcore porn. It's like, do wise men fear softcore porn? Or it's kind of it's a looming title for not a lot of dread through the whole book. The whole book is just his weird adventures. And like, they're not, what I will say is they're not bad to read by any means. I just wish the second book had been an independent book that I had read on its own. But the fact that like the first book is, hey, so there's like demons and the future's all fucked and I need to be a mega hero. And then it's like this training arc through the first book. Then like when the second book is attached to that is where I get really confused. It wasn't going anywhere? Yeah, Virtual Magi, that's how I feel. George R. R. Martin is also one who loves writing excessively about shagging. Yes, he does. I only watched the Game of Thrones show, though. I didn't read the books. I heard the books were really good, but I just didn't read them. There were some short stories, too, but he went full George R. R. Martin. He signed to movies and TV shows and whatnot instead of finishing the series. Are you talking about Patrick Rothfuss or someone else? The King Killer Chronicle, by the way, is the name of this series. I see. I'm tempted to read the Game of Thrones books, but from what I've heard, there will be things I won't like. So, this is an opinion that, like, I know I have, but it doesn't mean I think a book series is bad. But I'm not the type of reader, like, one thing that Tolkien especially did that I just could not read the Lord of the Rings books, which before I say this, some people get really upset with me, and they're like, what? You think Lord of the Rings is bad? No, I don't think Lord of the Rings is bad. I think it's not for me, because I'm a very get-to-the-point reader, and Tolkien has, like, this way of, like, and then Frodo and Sam went out on their epic adventure, and they passed the tomato plants that were passed down from Frodo's father, Schmodo Baggins, and Schmodo Baggins' father, Frodo Baggins, and Frodo Baggins' father, Schmibbity Baggins. Schmibbity Baggins actually had a tough time with these tomatoes one summer. One summer there were flies, and then aphids killed the flies, and there was an aphid uprising, and the tomatoes grew stronger because of that, and because of that they were passed on. Now in the 4th generation of these tomatoes, yada yada yada, 4 pages later. So then Sam and Frodo took another step outside of their Shire house. Anyway, yes, we were talking about an adventure. Ah, I see. Well then, Sam saw a squirrel, and he realized that squirrel was no ordinary squirrel. Instead of a chestnut squirrel, which was local to this region, it was an acorn squirrel, which was local to the next region. And he wondered how that squirrel could... And I'm like, shut the fuck up! Just get on with it! What are we talking about? How long have they been walking? 100 pages? We've been walking for 100 pages? Just say... And a month passed. Just say a month passed. What are we talking about? What's happening? I can't handle it. And some people love that shit. I don't. I am very much like I'm an events reader where I'm like point to point to point to point to point story. Wesley Crusher was a character from Star Trek The Next Generation who was a dumb kid who was the best at everything. He was useless and annoying as fuck. Both is basically the same character. Oh, I could see that, yeah. I have not read Malazan Book of the Fallen. Name of the Wind is the only book I have ever intentionally read more slowly because I didn't want it to end. It was good. Like, Patrick Rothfuss has a way of writing that's very poetic, and it's just, like, pleasing to read. Lies of Lochmore. Lies of Lochmore Muy Bueno? Hell yeah, Herbeck! That's a good book! That's a good book series. I didn't like the 3rd one as much, but 1 and 2 were my jam. Those were so good. So great. I'm glad someone else knows about that. The ending got rather stupid. They are always rather stupid. They're just fun, though. Tolkien was wordy because authors were paid for a word in his time. Ooh. I never got past the first 50 pages of Lord of the Rings. I've read Lord of the Rings and I will never read it again. Amazing world building, but reading it. Yeah, and that's like, when I talk about that, some people who are avid Lord of the Rings fans will get mad at me. It's like, no, they're not a bad book. It's just I'm not the type of person that likes the side lore. Like, same as when I play Dungeons and Dragons with my friends. If he's like, there's an old woman with a basket, and she wants to tell you about her granddaughter. I'm like, Skip, what does she want us to do? Well, my granddaughter, Skip, what do you want us to do? Well, my granddaughter, Skip, woman. I don't want to hear about your fucking granddaughter. This session's going to be 4.5 hours already. I know that. I want to go to sleep at some point today. Hobbits at the start is rough, and I glossed over all the freaking poems and songs. Fellowship is a textbook telling of Campbell, hero, 1,000 tales. You discover the world through Frodo's eyes, experiencing the first time. Yes. Hey, Danny. Been thinking she was crazy ever since. Killed a guy for teaching her a lesson. Why am I not allowed to play in Vermin League playoffs? Count Leak, I thought you were. I invited you. Sir, I thought you were in... Hold on. I will not take this slander lying down. Slander. No, I'm not even going to cast this game. I'm just going to deal with slander. Count Leak leveling accusations at me. Okay. Yeah, I think you were invited to the Skaven Slave one, good sir, and you did not respond, and therefore did not play in the Clanrat one, sir. So, jokes aside, I think you just missed your one, but it's fine. There will be more seasons. Yeah, Skaven Slave 1 was last week. My good dude. I have not read Blood Song by Andrew Ryan. Read some Andrew Ryan, Blood Song was... Alright. Alright, I gotta cast the game. So, the finals between Spartan and Blood Penguin. We finally get it. The dreaded, the haggard, what everybody's been waiting for. The bear blob. Look at this blob. Look at these bears. There's bears in this blob. Elemental bear. The Oath Brothers of Tor. We have a Frost Maiden of Ice with Heart of Winter and Ice Sheet. We have a Patriarch. We have Gestalten. And the Patriarch... Huh. Okay. He did not take double abilities, which is forbidden, so this is legal. The Patriarch doesn't have any of the spells that Gestalten has, so that's actually fine. Okay, I thought that had been a mistake. 2 Kossovite Dervishes, a bunch of Kossars with spears, and a front line of Zargard. For Slaanesh. Daniel, we've just been having lovely conversations. For Slaanesh and the Blood Penguin, we do have some more Seekers. He loves the Seekers, but this time it's 2 Hellstriders, 1 Seeker of Slaanesh, 2 Chaos Furies, a whole bunch of Hell Scourges, Marauders, and basic Marauders, and then we have triple Exalted Demonettes, one of which is the Bringers of Guilement. We do have a Herald of Slaanesh of Shadows, with Pit of Shades, and Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma. Now we'll see the real test, because Slaanesh really struggles to take out single entities, and there are plenty of them here. Poor dervishes are going to get eaten alive. Yep. That's their job. We do have an unfortunate development in the tournament, but I will deal with that after this game, sirs and madams. You recommend Overlord? Nice series. Are you talking about the show? Because the show Overlord is great. If there's a book series called Overlord, I don't know anything about it. Are you capable of lovely conversations? Yes. Not sure how Slaanesh will beat the Blob. I don't think they will, but they'll try. The box is back. It's our first box today. It's on the final game of the thing. Oops, what? Oh. What are the 3 worst land battle factions of Warhammer 3 at the moment? Slaanesh, Khorne, and Nurgle. If you just want me to say a blind thing. Because, like... Tzeentch, Cthulhu, and Kislev are all fine, and it's between Ogres and Nurgle for that third from the bottom spot. And I say Nurgle because Nurgle has some matchups where he literally can't do anything, and he has some matchups where he wins, where at least Ogres have enough faction diversity that they can try to win every matchup, even if they're disfavored, so I would say they're over Nurgle, but it's iffy. Ogres and Nurgle, I think, are like pretty comparable in power level. Khorne and Slaanesh are definitely the worst. Alright, it's not just a box, by the way, it's a laggy box. Blood Penguin is setting up a nice surround, plus some little stutterings of lag, but we're getting there. Don't you worry. Only the most degenerate watch the Overlord anime? Oh, why? It's a good anime. It's fun. I want a version of Lord of the Rings where they find an evil artifact 5,000 years or whatever after, and everything they know about is completely wrong. Worst Slaanesh equals blank? I don't understand. I personally think Khorne is worse than Slaanesh in land battles right now, personally. It's close, but I think Slaanesh has a couple matchups you can slap, and I think Khorne doesn't have any he completely slaps. Overlord gets old. Yeah, I think most of the character stories that aren't the guy himself are more interesting than the guy himself, but I've been enjoying the show so far. I think the last season I watched was kind of alright, but the 2 before it were so good that I just gave it the credit. I don't know. There's a new season coming out right now, so we'll see if it's good or if it's bad. The surround has started. Slaanesh is getting in there, doing some stuff. Ice Bear attack onto the Herald of Slaanesh. Nice dodging, but still a little bit of poke. Still good dodging. Chaos Furies are going to pop up. I don't know where they're going to go. There's not a lot of archers that aren't already impeded. We do have cavalry standing around the flanks, but one of them's already half health from whatever happened to him. That's an ice sheet. I thought that was a really big Heart of Winter somehow, and I got terrified for a second. I've been gone for a while. Why is Khorne banned now? Vertical Cliff. Land battles is what I'm talking about. Domination mode, they're still pretty good. But land battles, they've just gotten no nerfs. I mean, they've gotten no buffs because they're good in domination mode, and they've even gotten a couple nerfs over the patches because they're good in domination mode. and blobbing got buffs after buffs after buffs, and Khorne still can't deal with blobs, so that is a death sentence for Khorne. And a lot of the RORs come with armor piercing and stuff, so they just really struggle. In my opinion, anyway. But it's either Khorne or Slaanesh. Did you watch Vox Machina? That sounds familiar, but no, I don't think I did. The blob is happening. The blob is happening. Overlord is one of those pan-out fantasy series where the protagonist never really faces any serious adversity. He just face rolls everything. Yeah, but One Punch Man did that. One Punch Man was great. Back from Russia, the entire statement doesn't surprise me in the least. There's a Russian novel that tells Lord of the Rings as though Sauron was just a progressive and he was vilified after his defeat. Legal issues with the Tolkien estate, though. Damn, that would be kind of a funny read. There's a Heart of Winter, by the way. Does some good damage to some of the cav, wrecks some Hell Scourges. Blood Penguin is currently up in damage value, but there's plenty of healing to be had for the Kislev side, so we'll see how much that matters. Slaanesh's health bars are getting a little low, but the Orth Brothers of Tor are away from their healer blob, and that will mean their death, because they're rampaged by the Bringers of Beguilement. So, lesson for you people. Keep your expensive-ass RORs next to your healers. I think with the recent changes, Slaanesh may be even or even favorable versus Khorne. I used to like that matchup. I thought it was very fun. I haven't played it in a while. One Punch Man is amazing? Hell yeah, it is. Where is Season 3? I like Season 2 a lot. Some people didn't because the animation style was different, but I still liked it. I thought it was fun. Okay, alright, what's happening? Kislev's rallying on some of the peripheries. Now they're gonna shoot in, but that doesn't matter as much. We're down to the real exciting gameplay, which is a single entity blob. Now, a couple issues with this is they lost their Warbear friends who did a lot of the carrying for them, so that is a problem. Also, none of these characters are on bears, making them a little bit susceptible and they do less damage, so I actually think these Demonettes are going to rip through them. I do think Kislev's probably going to lose this game, but it's a little close, because a lot of the workhorses for Slaanesh are quite damaged, but I think that the infantry characters are going to really suffer here. I don't really like the One Punch Man drawn by Murata either. It's just an endless series of fights with no stakes. It's basically become a thing that was meant to parody. Did you watch Steins Gate? I tried twice, and both times I couldn't get into it. I don't know why. Everybody says it's really great, but I just struggled so hard. I like Dimension W. Dimension W did a very similar plot, but in my opinion, better. Anyway. The blob is still here. The blob is still fighting. The blob is slowly losing. But will it lose slowly enough? I don't know. One Punch Man is a commentary on what being a hero actually means, and it posits that combat ability is not sufficient. Mugen Rider is best hero. That was a good episode with him and the Sea King. That was a shit. I heard something about Sauron and by extension Morgoth were actually the good guys was trying to unite Middle-earth's resources to fight the nameless ones that are coming. I didn't even know the nameless ones were a thing, so I am completely out of my depth over there, good sir. As for this, Slaanesh is peeling off the last few forces of Spartan, waiting for these Zargard to break after their Bio Bloodbath passive fades. Bringers of Beguilement are still in here, still fighting. They're getting rather low, and there's no healing for them, obviously. Good little charge from the Hellstriders. They're doing decent damage to the Elemental Bear over time, but there's a lot of healing for that big boy, so he's probably going to healing cap before this is all over. Horseman Shatter. How are you guys doing? So now these guys can actually break if you ever get them low. With 21 leadership left, that might be a little tough. Fury's diving in. Fury's crumbling. Just Morty's killing Mortys. What Chasing Rainbows, what's the shocked face for? What's the shocked face for? Exalted Demonettes running in. Can we kill the bear blob? I don't hear any music. I just realized that there's been no music this whole time. Okay, don't know what that's for. Slanesh good for swarming? They are. They just don't really do much damage when they get there. Alright, last Zargard are out of here. We're officially down to just single entities. A lot of rampages are going down, splitting up the force. The Elemental Bear is getting isolated, the Patriarch's getting isolated, the Ice Witch is getting isolated, and Castalton's running over to help her. So that could be the final nail in the coffin Slanesh needs, is if they can just separate out everybody and kill him. Overcasted Heart of Winter is coming in from Spartan, but it looks like Slanesh is just going to walk out of it before it gets too bad, because its damage does scale up over time. And Slanesh is slowed, but not that slowed by what's going on. The mage dies. Patriarch's about to break for real this time. And without him, I do think it is GG. All the Essies are so high HP, I'm not sure they can finish him off. I thought that too until they all separated due to Rampage and stuff. They did it! Slanesh beat the Bear Blob. I'm pretty sure at this point. That heal cap is right there. Melkoths and Fascination. Just trying to wear this big guy down. Units getting isolated. Ha. The greatest starter anime is Doro Hedoro. Change your mind. I started with Naruto when I was very young. And then I've been a filthy anime casual ever since. I shouldn't say casual, but... Naruto, Death Note, Kill la Kill, interestingly enough, was my third anime. It's pretty good. Gurren Lagann was really good. I have someone who's never seen anime, and I always get them to watch Doro first. Well, good. Well, good! I'm glad that is going that way for you. I'm glad. This looks like something Chaos Dwarfs, the Chaos Days. Okay, so Kiara's just finding Chaos Dwarf Easter eggs. Castalton did okay. Ice Bear did fine. Tor Boys got killed. Oh, host left the game. Zargard did okay. Patriarch did okay. Ice Witch did great. Archers did fine. The small camp did fine. Herald of Slanesh did well. Exalted Demonettes both did really... All of them did really great. The Cav did fine. Marauders did... stuff. They tried really hard. They got so far, but in the end, it actually did kind of matter. Good for you. The Furies did great. Cool, cool. So we're back at the main menu. Okay. All right. So we have a problem. So Blood Penguin's going to advance to fight Infidel Castro. That's definitely going to happen. Yep. Nothing came up. So Infidel Castro had to leave. He did not think he would get this far, and he unfortunately had other things going on in real life. So Blood Penguin is going to take the dub. And that'll be the end of the tournament today. Unfortunately when it happens, but sometimes people have to leave. I was going to fight Llama, so Llama, if you're still out there, we can fight for fun before I end the stream or something. But Blood Penguin will be the winner today. I'll message him and ask if he wants to get advanced to the next tournament or just take the 10. But, pew. Hey, cooperate. There we go. All right, I'll message Llama. Boop. And I need to message Blood Penguin. Boop. So your opponent has to concede due to time constraints. So you are the winner. Did you want 10 or to get invited to the Stormvermin League for a chance at 20? So we'll see if he wants the money or to get advanced. Llama messaged me. One guy had to go, so it's done. Soul Eater's the one I used to love, but the missus made me watch My Hero Academia. I did enjoy Soul Eater. It ended a little weird, but I liked most of it a lot. And then My Hero Academia, I really liked the first 2 seasons, and then after that, for me, it's kind of gone downhill in quality. So now it's become a fun anime, but I stopped calling it a good anime. The first 2 seasons were good. The next 2 were just like fun. Ha, McGred face. I didn't like Attack on Titan. How do you like them apples? I also didn't like Attack on Titan, and Hank hates me for that. Clearly, everyone should start on Madoka Magica. My brother watched that. It was silly. He is great. FFA is actually a good idea. Didn't Kiara want to play? Maybe. I know Llama wanted to play a few games, so I can do that and then maybe do an FFA or something. You have risotto to cook? Alright, 1 million people are messaging me right now. I'm sorry, I'm figuring it out. Seduce Kisla. Sad I don't get to play more though. Oh. The big sad. So I'll like to play in the tourney next week. Alright. Okie dokie. So Blood Penguin has opted to get promoted to Stormvermin so he can compete in the next tournament. So we'll see him again next weekend. As for now, the stream must go on. I beat the Kislev ball before with Smash 2. I think Pita Shades really helped them. I should go something cheap. Possible. What does Llama want? Alright, he's got a lobby. So Llama has a lobby. I'll play a game or 2 for fun. And then we might do an FFA with anybody who's around or something. Like range spam with a bear. Maybe. I feel like range spam could suffer against Slanesh. Okay. The beast wants to be in the FFA. That seems fine. What you want to play? If there was an FFA after 2 games with Llama, who wants in the beast? I'll start that. Did he go heal or just happen to have both Patriarch and Castalton? I checked that at the very start. He did not go double heal, interestingly enough. He just had both. Darker Than Black's a series that doesn't get enough love. What is that one, Mr. Diggy? Rip tried to join with the password 123. Patriarch likely only had the items and no prayers. Try Helsing Ultimate. Helsing Ultimate's great. That's a great one. You ever watch Girls in Panzer? I actually did. I actually did, Cyrus. What best of 3 standard do we test your idea for Kuga? Oh, Kislev versus Nurg. I can do that. Nurgy Burgy. Helsing Ultimate's way over the top. I loved it. It was a great time. Alright, Count Leak. I'm going to play a game or 2 with Llama, and then we'll do FFAs. Helsing Ultimate Abridged is great. Ultimate Abridged is so good, dude. It's so good, because it tells, like, the story good enough, while also being fucking hilarious. I love that. My favorite clip is it's like it's very low key, but it's when he comes through the wall and all the mercenaries are in there and he's just like, "Hey kids, want to see a dead body?" And like everyone is flipping the fuck out. It's so good. All right, so this is an old build. I loaded up. I just have to adjust it. Stream of Corruption, Fleshy Abundance. Do I want to take it? Just in case I need it, but I'm not excited about it. I usually do take all of his abilities. We'll see if I need Plague Fathers or not. So I usually want 2 spawn, Exalted plus the other one. Max Nurglings, 3 of you, and then we have 50 gold left, and that's usually where I end up. Because then getting rid of this doesn't give me anything. So, it just is what it is. Yeah, that's the build I take. I've tried Plague Toads. They just always underwhelm me a lot. Girls in Panzer is great. That was like, it was such a weird show. It was fun. I mean, I didn't regret watching it, but it's definitely something that like, if I watched it alone, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much as watching it with my brother. Because then there's, you know, there's some fun that could be had just like talking about it. Oh god, where does this gold go? It's just awkward. Awkward gold everywhere. Screw it, I'll give it to 2 Nurglings. But yeah, the premise of that show is like, what if high school girls, what if a sport for high school girls was driving tanks and shooting at each other? It's just a thing. It's just a thing. All right, Darker Than Black is a neo-noir about these sort of assassins with special powers. It's kind of hard to explain. Dude, most anime is hard to explain. Darker Than Black is good. It's neat how the powers all have consequences, although that makes the main character the least interesting because he's a cheater. Oh, that's lame. Because that's kind of why I really liked where My Hero Academia was going, is like there was actually consequences for Deku when he used his powers like a dumbass and he like broke his arms and stuff, and they were like, oh man, if you keep doing that shit, you're gonna get messed up, dude. You can't do that. And Vermin League and Blood. Okay. But then and the first couple seasons they make you believe that that's actually going to matter, and then it feels like every time he uses his powers and they have a thing, like they just always say that. They're always like, Deku, if you do this one more time, you're in big trouble, and you said that 6 times ago, so you know I mean it this time. And I'm like, all right, you're kind of like teasing us with consequences, and there aren't any. If you're a serious anime monster, the monsters. If you want serious anime, monsters, but absolutely brilliant. What is that one? Is that the one where the guy has like that weird hand that has a mouth in it? Might watch Darker Than Black later. Main character being lame is fine, but other characters interesting can be very good. Yeah, dude, I used to watch Naruto, like I said. Honestly, when Naruto's squad was on the screen, it was my least favorite times. I really liked all the side squads. Like, one of the best fights and arcs was Gaara versus Rock Lee in the Chunin exams. That shit was tight, and Naruto didn't have anything to do with it. Or Sasuke! Sasuke, I just want to have your baby, Sasuke. You're so cool and emo, Sasuke. God, I hate Sasuke. Oh, I don't like him. A Sharingan face, or a Sharingan eyes, or a Sharingan way of speaking, or a Sharingan way of treating everybody like shit, but everybody loves him so much because he's so cool. Wait, does this river just go to nowhere? Oh my god, this river just goes to nowhere. Water. Ah! Trying to remember now if Claymore was any good. I watched that so long ago. Naruto's the single worst show I've ever seen in my whole life. I like the mech anime All to Know Zero. The bad guys all have superpowered Gundams. The good guys have figured out how to win with basic ass stuff. I just finished another watch through of Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans, and I got real mad when I figured out that none of the Mobile Suit Gundam timelines match up. like the show isn't consistent and it's not meant to be. Like everything is its own standalone universe, and that's not the type of game. It's not the type of lore I can really get into. So Mobile Suit Gundam, my Iron Blooded Orphan's the only Mobile Suit show I've watched, and probably will be the only one I ever do. The river is being held in place by a Cathay box. Ha! Ha ha! Ha. Coops with the witticisms. That's why we love Coops. Alright. Set up. Get Stugath out there. Stugath, Sprig, Sprafa. Okay. This seems fine. Ready, good luck, have fun. That's why we have soul grinders? No! Although Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged parody of Naruto Abridged was really funny. A lot of the abridges are really good. Tokyo Ghoul? Dude, Tokyo Ghoul was weird. It was very hyped up when I came into it. What do we have here? Ice Guard? Okay, shoot them. I heard a lot about Tokyo Ghoul, and I watched it, and I enjoyed it, but it kind of didn't have an ending, and that confused me. Like, I remember there was this big weird fight, and then, like, a bunch of stuff was unresolved, and then it was just over. And I think there was, like, a second season, but no one cared about it. Yes! So what do we have? Dervishes, Bear Boys, Tsarina Katerin, and then a shit ton of archers. Okay. That tracks. So I just want to let Kugath do his magic for a second. Okay. I'll stream for Corruption those guys when I have to. So for now, just refocus up. Kurglings. Move up, little Kurglings. Alright, let's all just go into the woods for now. Into the woods, my friends. Alright. The time where we could run from our fate is no longer. Come out of the woods now. Because I don't really want to throw grenades at bears that are in the woods. It's not a great place to throw grenades at bears. Okay. Bears. How close do I need to be for this? Not that close.
My experiment succeeds.
Okay. So where are you? Actually, you guys go over here. Don't give a shit about that. Don't give a shit about that. You guys also come over here. You guys are all just doing things. You guys are getting attacked, apparently. But I mostly need you to just stop stuff from getting in my way. I don't really need you to win anything. You can fuck right off. Okay, you're leaving? Cool. Nurgling salmon, go get them. Stop them from shooting at me. Heal everything in this area. How are we doing over here? Let's see if that spreads. Hopefully it does. Okay. There we go. You guys are busy being stupid, so just go be stupid in melee. Holy crap, you have to get so close. There we go. Goodbye, Ice Guard. Here, take this. If you can throw, throw. You get out of the way. Forsaken, move on to those Ice Guard. You are still fighting these guys forever. You're still fighting these guys forever. You in a slightly safer location. Go fight that. That is a Heart of Winter. We do not really want to engage with. Nurglings, come over here. These are the Nurglings that are gonna explode. We still have 19 seconds on them. Okay, we can wait. I cannot throw grenades at these stupid Tor guys. Let's try to nick these guys while also hitting the guys behind them. Ooh, Kugat's missing too, that's not a deal. Okay. So not getting to throw our grenades all game because these guys are being terrific dumbasses is really, really hurting us. I'll heal them up. I had the tier 3 armor ability, but I've proven in many videos why that thing sucks ass, so I'm not really going to use it here. So, guard mode, throw. Throw your things. You're just basic, guys. Right? Oh, these are Ice Guard with glaives. Okay. So they're moving. Please stop moving. Thank you. Can you guys throw your fucking grenades, please? Just throw them. Just throw them. Just throw them. Throw a single grenade. Thank you. Wow, you threw a couple grenades, you did 300 damage in the blink of an eye. That's kind of crazy. Imagine if we'd done that all game. That's wild. You guys explode while you still can. Doing next to no damage, but that's okay. Okay, fight her. Lower melee defense. Heal yourself. And you guys just turn and shoot at her. Yeah, these guys not being very responsive with their grenades at all has been massively problematic. Dude, throw your fucking grenades! What are you doing? Throw your fucking grenades! Throw! 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 What are you doing? You're just moving your arms around, but you're not throwing! Throw! 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 Throw your goddamn grenades, you assholes! Jesus Christ! What is wrong with you? Whatever, just get into melee if you're gonna be dumb. Fecundity, heal them up. Okay, she's leaving. Grenades, throw. Are you basic cost or are you armored? Okay, you're armored, so I actually have to use this. Okay, I can do that. Boop. What the fuck? Did it lag? No, I hate that shit. Okay, well, I guess we'll save that. And throw your goddamn grenades! Throw them! Today! Today! Throw! 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 Jesus fucking Christ, what is going on with you guys? Oh my god. Oh my god. Turn and charge to her at least.
Come on.
Alright. So we have Nurglings out. I'm gonna use their explosion because I just hope it would do something at a time like this. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it! Boom! It didn't do anything. Whoops. That was silly of me to think it would do something. Okay. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. Focus on the bears, they're a problem. Ba-blum. Never mind, she's in melee range. Just try to one-shot the lady who is mean to me. We don't like her at all. They do be throwing the game. That's a good one. I like that. I do like this build though. I like this build better than this double soul grinder. I do think this is the better way to play the matchup. I just like you clearly saw, there were some serious issues with both of my exalted plague boys just not following orders at all.
My experiment succeeds. Slaughter them.
How hard can Kugath solo carry? How hard can Kugath solo carry? I mean, he's having a hard time attacking the Zarina. And I kind of don't want to spam attacks onto her in case he gets, like, staggered up. I just need him to attack something, so I'm going to just go for that. I think he's already heal capped. So I don't think it does me any good to wait for Fecundity, but what are these slows going to do for me even? Nothing. How many of those stupid bears do we have left? Not a lot.
They die.
Okay, bears. The bears are almost dead, so they're just gonna die to my Mortis engine at this point. So I need to turn and attack the Zarina exclusively.
It is done.
Oh, I almost have my Plague Father's Oration. Let's go! Let's go! Dude! The love of Nurgle. Hit her! Hit her! Hit her! Hit her! Hit her! Like, do anything! I don't know what that was, but alright. Hit her! Hit her! Hit her! Hit her! Hit her! Turn, you giant idiot! Alright, I think he actually tried to hit her there, so good for you. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. You will never drop your attack orders. You will never drop them. I will spam click you into oblivion. I will spam click you into oblivion, knave. Fuck you. Curse the slug. You're never joining this fight. You're never joining this fight, you filthy casuals. I will defeat you all with Kuga fucking Plague Father. Die! Die, you unbreakable bitch! Just die, please. Just go away. Leave me to my Kugathi ways. Just want it to be pretty. No, don't you rally, you fuckers. Yeah, break. Break like the cowards you are. Yeah. 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 I have 2,600 health. God damn, Joe Rogan. Well, let's go. 7,000 value. Human Boy, did earlier in the stream you say Nurgle's not actually that good? It's just Kugat that's good? Yes, Human Boy, I did. Human Boy, did you say that if Nurgle has to win a matchup, they pretty much need Kugat to get 5,000 or 6,000 value? Yes, I did, Human Boy. Thank you for noticing. Human Boy, did you say that he's carrying the entire roster across the finish line? I sure did, and I was wrong. The rest of the roster definitely carried this game. They all did really great. The whole roster did really, really great. All right. So that was fun. That was good. I deserve to win that. Zarina didn't get much done. Ice Guard did a lot, just didn't matter. Kossars did okay, Kossars did okay, and the Bear Boys of Tall did so much. That's GG. That was stupid. I agree. That was stupid. Okay. Don't blame the Nurgle roster if you don't play them well. Human Boy just had superior tactics. Alright, I'll play a game of ogres, then we'll do a free-for-all. I play ogres into whatever you want. Ogres have swiftly become my favorite faction in Game 3 to play. They started out the worst. Like, I couldn't play the ogres, I hated them, but now, for me, they're the most fun roster. Alright, Llama's going Slaanesh. This is usually pretty hard for the ogres, but I've had some thoughts on what to do about it. What to do about it? Okay. So, effect range is around him. Everyone has their price is pretty good if I remember to use it and not be a dumbass. So we'll take him. We'll take the Memer Belly. More leadership. Okay. Alright. Now you all might be like, hummus lad. Lad of hummus. Hummus boy. Hummus. Pumice. What could you possibly do against such reckless Slaanesh? Well, I will tell you, dear friends. Beat him. Easy clap. Easy fucking clap. I have not used these guys yet. Sky Striders? I'll give them a shot. Could get some boys with Iron Fists. I like having armor, though. That's fine. Why does the Fire Belly look so stupid? Over here he has a black face mask, and up here he has like this really white one. It looks really silly. Okay. Cool. Cyrus, your food does look good. You're doing great. I thought I hated ogres, but they were better than I expected. Same with corn. Found myself being a corn enjoyer. I wanted to like corn, but their single entities just felt too limp. Because I have a video coming out about it, or it already came out, I forget which. But it's about the ultra size changes. And it's like, an Exalted Bloodthirster has to hit something like 26 times to kill it in a 1v1, and that's just insane. Ogres from what you played recently are bad. They are not very good, no, but they are enjoyable. How do ogres versus Slaanesh? Bring Greasus, because he's so fat that even Slaanesh wouldn't. Yeah, Italian food's good. Italian food is very good. This is traditionally a bad matchup. Some people like double giant into Slaanesh, but I don't know. I'm just playing a game with Llama, so might want to try something interesting. The idea is just give, between the Firebelly and Greasus, give AoE, ITP, and AoE like plus 12 leadership to ogres. And then I have the Iron Guts that are heavily armored, and Slaanesh doesn't usually bring a lot of armor piercing. They bring like 5 Marauder Spears and 3 or 4 Hell Striders with the anti-large. So I have this like heavily armored, hopefully high leadership central area. I'm gonna have Noblars that are still gonna break pretty quickly, unfortunately. And then that's about it. I made some tasty pizza during this tourney. That's good, McRightface. You had the good fortune of living in Italy for 3.5 years. Before the mafia got you? Haha, it's funny because they're real. I think I need Beastman and Norska to join the party. Yeah. I'm excited for Mortal Empires. I do think it's going to be horrifically unbalanced, but I also think it'll be more fun than Game 3 is without them, so I still see it as an improvement. It's going to be busted for a while, though. Save me a place in the FFA. Yeah, Count Leak. I have you, me, Zep, and Coops. You, me, Zep, Coops. And we'll do that after this game. Not to start a fight in chat, but pineapple belongs on pizza. Nope, you're wrong. Nope, big wrong. The most wrong you could ever be. Alright. So here's this. What is the range on this? Okay, so I should be tighter together. Okay, so now we're tied it up. Oh my god, the lag. What about Mr. Beast? Oh, you're right. Yeah, alright, I see it, Mr. Beast. The Beast, I see it. What? I'm in the FFA. I see. I forgot because I already wrote your name on the list. And then I was looking below the list. I see it. You gosh damn malarkey havers. Well, that's 4 players, and then I could be the caster, so that works too. That seems fine. What are we doing? Right. Iron Fists. Cool. Just a fat stack of ogres. Is this everybody? Except for the Sky Striders, yeah. Cool. Done. Run's done, job done. I know. You're in the announcement too. I'm just an idiot. Ready, good luck, have fun. Ogre Blob! Yeah, Slanesh likes to surround you, lower your leadership, and kill you. So, I don't want to let them do that. They do have Phantasmagoria, which is a really brutal spell to deal with as the Ogres, because it's minus 16 leadership and an AoE. So I'll have to pop Stand Your Ground right when that happens. Ogres! It does look like a blob, but separate... The reason a lot of blobs happen in this game is because separating versus Slanesh is a bad idea. A real bad idea. Alright, so there's that. And then we'll get Iron Guts charge in there as well. Let's go over here. Let's charge over here. Anybody that I haven't told yet is just gonna stay nice and tight. Boom. Everyone has their price. Alright. Charge over here. Charge over here. Charge over here. Nobblers, hold your ground. Greases, get in there, start fighting. Alright, where is this? That did okay damage, not as much as I was hoping, unfortunately. Oh, there comes the Phantasma thing, so I'm popping Stand Your Ground to counter it.
Rampage this way.
And these guys killed a Fury and did some damage to those heart renders or whatever, so we're gonna leave these guys behind. I don't really want to deal with that.
The strongest, the fattest. Iron gut.
Alright, you guys one back there, go over here. Go over here. Keep fighting. No, don't get caught by spears. How are you getting caught by spears? Go, 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 go. You have 75 speed. You can't get caught. Go, 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 go.
Drive on the move.
Fire Belly. God damn, dude. I was talking to Coops about this, but it feels like the ogres just have no winds of magic ever.
Iron guts. Iron fists. Fire belly moving. Smash them to pulp.
Okay.
All right. Follow the Moor's call. Fattest.
It would be nice to have Burning Head right now, but it costs way too much fucking money. And is an undercasted Burning Head even worth it?
That'll mean me.
It'll have to be, because we gotta do something here. Yeah, it just doesn't do any damage. God, the Lord of Fire sucks. It is looking pretty over. Damn. Ogre leadership is just too low.
Guts out, boys.
And they're like, Ogre infantry aren't the best at killing stuff. Like, a lot of them are just standing around here. That's the biggest issue, is these guys are in combat, and I've given them many combat orders, and they're just standing around. Which is, like, one of the reasons the Ogres just never perform well, is because a lot of their units are this style, and they can't do anything. Like, look at them! They even got new orders, and they're just standing around. Yeah, that's GG.
Crush hard. Iron guts. Run for it. The overtime. Eternal. Iron guts. Here we go. Fire mouth priest.
Spawn are a big problem for Ogres. They're too sticky.
Killing time. They're dead. The overtime.
Not gonna get off a third Burning Head. That's GG.
Run for it.
GG. Greasus did not carry me for being the best lord in the game. He did 500 value. Skyboys did okay. Firecaster, Burning Head kind of sucked. I think the Overcasted one's the only one that did anything. Iron Guts really sucked. The Ogre, like, the Iron Guts got about as much value as the Ogre Bowls. And the Ogre Bowls cost half as much. But it's just because, like, all of them perform well when they're actually fighting. But when they just stand around, it's like 3 of our unit is going to go fight. And the rest just chill. Which is one of the reasons that Ogres suck so bad right now, is they just, like, don't pile in. Oof. 1,600 on those Marauder Spears. Yeah, it was pretty good. Liked it. That is a showcase of why the Ogres do not like fighting Slaanesh at all. Alright, FFA Rat. We'll do 2 FFAs, and then I'm supposed to play Lord Baltimore for a thing. Okay, alright. So, I need to invite player, copy, paste. At Zep. Coops is already in here, so I'm not going to message him. Beast. And then Leak. Leak's already here. Zep's already here. Everybody's on top of this shit. 2 FFA left, and then stream is done. And we can battle unless you get busy. Alright, everybody's here. Quick thing to remember for everybody in this free-for-all, because you're probably still listening to the stream, remember that your army abilities do not count towards your score. If you use the Slaanesh army ability or the Sword of Khorne or any of that, it does not add to your score. Unless they changed that in the last 3 patches, but I didn't see it in any of the patch notes, though, as I say that out loud, that actually doesn't promise anything. You think Slaanesh will do well against Skaven? They have the mass to hold... They don't have the mass to hold Slaanesh Skaven, or limited designed to fragment, scatter, easy prey. Yeah. Slaanesh do very, very well into Skaven. Very, very, very well. Mine doesn't do damage, so... Will greenskins spam Biggins and Savage Arc Biggins? What is Slaanesh gonna do? I mean, cycle charging them still could be pretty effective with a lot of cavalry. Demonettes could fight that okay. Yeah, Slaanesh into Skaven will be real bad for the Skaven. Coops doesn't have army abilities. It's true. Alright, well, last 2 think on their builds. I'm gonna go back to Booby. I can see if she wants to play after the stream. Play with little Pop. I'm back. Cathay shall leave their boxes behind them. Coops, you're Cathay, right? You not during one? I thought after the games with me, you had this stream, you had it still free for all. I can still play. Lol. Ah. Some guys. Alright, Lord Baltimore awaits. Sanj. Kill the box. Well, we'll see if Coops even brings a box. Happy Graham Cathay is not on my side of the field. Yee. So what did we have? I thought I saw Nurgle, Slaanesh, Cathay, and Ogres. Ogres could be pretty good at FFA, I feel like. High damage potential. I don't know sports. Is this what people mean when they talk about a boxing match? Oh yeah, of course. Also, I'm getting really paranoid because I know I have the music on in-game, but I never hear any music for some reason on this stream. I can hear everybody like talking and stuff in-game, but not the music. Dun 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 dun. I like how they kept their free-for-all maps from Warhammer 2, but not the other land battle maps. Dun 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 dun. FA will be over and Cathay will be standing in their box with 0 points, wondering where everybody is. Okie dokie. So for Cathay, we have double Great Longbow Riders. We do have a War Balloon, a Dragonblood Shugi Lord of Yin up in the sky. We have an Alchemist with both potions and no spells. Interestingly enough. Oh yeah, the Potion Thirst got a buff to get 2 uses of these instead of 1. We have 4 Jade Lancers for Coops. A 3rd Longbow Rider, which is the Righteous Lances of Wei Jin. And some Peasant Horsemen. So it's horses. It's horses and a blimp. Cool. Wait. Yeah, that was Coops. Coops is green, this is green, I got confused. So for Lord Beast, we have Kugoth, some Exalted Plague Bearers with grenades. We have the ROR Plague Toads. Sorry, ROR Pox Riders, double Plague Toad. Bunch of Plague Bearers and Exalted Plague Bearers in spawn. Powerful. For the Ogres, we have Zep's Shoot'em build, triple Lead Belcher, Iron Blaster, and double Nobblar Scrap Launcher. Sky Strider, Nobblar Trappers, and a Slaughtermaster of Beasts with Flock of Doom. And is that Amber Spear? That is the Amber Spear. Last and least is Slaanesh and least. We have a Keeper of Secrets, a Herald of Slaanesh with Slicing Shards and the Lash, a whole bunch of Spearmen, a whole bunch of Hellstriders, a Cultist, and 4 Furies. You can hear me talking? Of course I can hear you talking. I hear everything. I love how... Look at the minimap under me. Oh, wait. Shit. Come on. There we go. Look at the minimap. There's 2 light blues. That's kind of weird to look at. And then, even on this screen, there's light blue and there's lighter blue. And then there's purple and there's green. Weird color choices, my friends. Ally, neutral, enemy. Yeah, so I can't change this. This is just how it is. It's just the voice in his head. 2v2s now from Vermin League? It's a free-for-all, not a 2v2, but... Yeah, we were doing... Two 2v2s. Yeah. 2 free-for-alls, and then gonna end the stream. I heard someone ready up. Okay, so the game has started. Slaanesh redeployed to be entirely behind the ogres, and they charge forward. They will try to take out the only ranged faction they know. But purple has a dark green score. Purple has a dark green score naturally. Oh, of course. Just makes sense. Slaanesh Horde charges in. Those lead belchers will probably be killed pretty quickly. But I wonder if they end up too blob due to all the micro that's going on and they get really hurt like a giant flock of doom. Ow! Hurting everybody plus the Iron Blasters plus the Scrap Launchers. And strangely, the Lead Belchers didn't even take that much damage because Slaanesh's charge bonus sucks. It's 40, but if they flank you, it's 60. And it's like, alright, these guys have a natural 80. The dogs have a natural 36. Okay, that's not that good, to be fair. But there's plenty of units that are good. So ogres are not enjoying their life right now. Cathay is coming over to try and get something done. Slaanesh's spear wall stands ready, and Kugoth already is bombing in plus moving. So ogres are in a rough spot. It looks like everybody's gunning for them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Slaanesh's getting routed right off the map. Rest in peace, Count Leek. And Zep already has 5,000 damage value, while Count Leek has 500 after doing all this. Come on, Slaanesh. Figure it out. Amber Spear for Zep goes wide, just entirely misses what was going on there. Lead Belcher sprints straight into Jade Lancers. They're gonna die. That is the big sad. And now the Iron Blast returns and Taff hells the Righteous Lances. What the fuck? That was crazy. Okay, that's just how that works. That's fine, I guess. Good God, man. That's not okay. Alright, they all pile on. We all know how famously good these guys are at killing ground units. And the Iron Blaster's feeling it. Iron Blaster's feeling it. He feels it, Mr. Krabs. Nurgle is working on it. Nurgle is thinking about coming over. Slush is not having a good time. In fact, the Keeper of Secrets is just getting murdered right now as Count League tries to rally what forces he has remaining. Lead Belchers are getting swarmed by Infinite Furies. Scrap launchers are all getting mucked up, and this is where Zep finally falls. Oh god, what's getting cast here? Is that a Slicing Shards? Oh, what is it? If it's a Slicing Shards, those Long Marauders are going to be in trouble. One of them does manage to pull away, one does not. There it is. That's a dark purple. A lot of purple going on here. But they mostly dodge. It's just like Shards doesn't do any damage. And this is the end of Zep, it would appear. He's already down to a couple trappers and his Lord. That's really it. Nurgle is still thinking about getting involved. Coops, not Coops. Lord Beast is just over here letting Kugath throw in, it looks like. Is that Ancestral Warriors? Ooh, Ancestral Warriors surrounding the Slaughtermaster Beast is really bad for him. Last Scrab Launcher is trying to wiggle its way to freedom, but those are the armor-piercing lances, so they will actually do okay damage. Ogres are getting chased off otherwise. I don't know what this War Compass is. Not War Compass, War Blimp's doing. It's just chilling. Keeper of Secrets is coming back. Striding back into the fight. As the Sky Striders, I shouldn't have said striding, but now here we are. Sky Striders are out here. They could probably kill everything left over in that area. I am shocked how poorly Count League's cavalry did on that charge. That was kind of weird. How you doing there, Kugath? He chucked the ball. There's no bad answers except for that one. Okay, that was weird. It did hit. It looked like I was going to go over it. Zep's force is almost entirely running. And can Coops win the game after that is the question. Zep has an awful lot of value, but I think it's about to come to a halt. Because he's literally going to die. So he lived fast, he died young. Coops has plenty of staying power left. I mean, I guess he has this thing. He has plenty of Longmas. He has lots of Jade Lancers. His Lord is fine. So I think Cathay would be my favorite to win the rest of this, probably. No, Nurgle has their full force. The only question is if they can get the value they need to. And Zep is out of the game. It grayed him out even though this is only routing. It's not even shattered, but they know it's going. Would it ungray him if that guy rallied? I don't know. That's weird. Boom. Zep's out. What now, Slaanesh? Slaanesh is in a pickle. They don't have any carry potential left. Did Beast go play basketball or something? I don't know. He's moving forward now. Why are these guys highlighted? It's so weird. Oh, it's because they're a summon, but they're a different color. All these guys are red, but these guys are blue. Very strange. Alright, the strangeness has ended. Nurgle creeps forward. Count League got screwed to take you out. Yeah, his initial charge didn't go so well, though. Even flanking your Lead Belchers, he suffered a mighty blow. Slaanesh is going to rampage these great Long Marauders, and once they're done killing the Furies, they will go to the ground and fight the Hellstriders, which is a bad idea, but they're rampage, so they don't have a lot of ideas. They have instinct. Ultra instinct. Everybody's just avoiding Nurgle. That's kind of funny. Don't want to deal with it. Just want to get out. You got enough value to hold the second place. Probably. You're probably rooting on Lord Beast to end up winning somehow. And just keeping you ahead on points. Even if he's the last one standing. What is this? Is this a Talons of Night? It's gonna do some good damage to the Spearman. I'm surprised it's not doing as much to the Longmas, but there it goes. There, now it's getting some good damage in. Looks like it was maybe undercasted, because if it was overcasted, it would have, like, deleted those units instead it just did most of their health. Which is still pretty good, but still. Kugath manages to snipe some of the Righteous Wings as they fly. I can't get their name right. The Righteous Lances of Wei Jin. Amazed that Cavalry Rush didn't even take out a single Lead Belcher unit. Me too. That was shocking. A little demoralizing. What is this? Is that the Slicing Shards? I want to watch, because the Slanesh Lord is dying right now, but I really want to see that Slicing Shards, so I'm conflicted. Alright, she's dead, but here comes the Slicing Shards! Ow! Good cast, Count Leak. Good cast, good cast. Coops is closing in on Zep. If Zep has any chance of winning this entire game, Cathay needs to instantaneously die. But will they? Probably not. But will they? Maybe. Probably not. But will they? Plague Tales are dying. The Righteous Lances are just charging into Kugath with 6 models left. And they get countercharged by the other OR. Is this another Talons of Night or what's going on? It is. Judging by how quickly that was cast, I'm guessing that was not overcast. I'm guessing neither was, but we'll see. Plague Bearers are getting wrecked. Zep's back in the game! What? Why is he on grade? Nobler Trappers! Zep's back! Zep, go! Zep, go! You Zep, you're playing! Zep, you gotta go! Zep, go take control of your trappers! Get out of the chat! Go, Zep, go! Zep, you're back! Alright, Coops might have passed Zep, but Zep has a whole trapper left. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the trappers have been found out. But Zep's ungrade, we found out the mystery. It just grays you out if all your units are routing, but it'll let you back in. Alright, my vote's on Zep. I think Zep's gonna take it all. How else is the battle going? Nurgle spread. Lord Beast is everywhere, just trying to find a fight. Slanesh desperately hanging on to the last of their troops. And Cathay is kind of running away from Nurgle at every angle. Most epic comeback in history? Hell yeah, these Noblar Trappers are gonna get it. Alright, good predictive stream of corruption actually hits 2 cavalry units. That was a nice cast from Lord Beast. Very nice. And some of the Plague Bearers are dying away, and Nurgle has like no damage value. Unfortunately. Because Kugath, as we saw in my earlier game, Kugath has to do most of it. And your boy is slow. Noblar's gonna get 5,000 points. Hell yeah, they are. Hell yeah, go Noblars, go! Fight the Jade Lances. Ah, no, Coops. Coops, why'd you have to stop my boy Zep? It's not over yet. They could win. You don't know. Alright, Zep's grayed out again. He's for sure dead. Definitely nothing could possibly happen to bring him back this time. How's Slanesh doing? The spear's about to break. Cultist is okay. Cathay is down to some woody-ass cow. And there's single entities. I do think Lord Beast can be the last one left. I just worry he doesn't have enough points. That is Nurgle for you. Last one left. No matter what, he's always there. Decaying slowly. Quick little rampage on those Longmas. That'll keep him on the ground. Sure, Coops is real happy about that. How much has this thing gotten? The Sky Lantern. Okay, it's paid for itself in a little bit. Okay, alright. Go you go. Plague Bearers are actually throwing their grenades. Must be nice. Must be nice when they throw their grenades. This must be really cool. Must be the greatest thing that's ever happened if they actually throw their grenades. Salt, lad, is salt. I don't see anything here that can kill Kugath. Nothing. Not those Jade Lancers. Not that Alchemist. Not that Warblimp with no ammunition. Where's the lady? There she is. Yeah, Kugath's gonna solo carry this. 100% Lord Beast is gonna be the last one standing. It's just about how many points you can get. Kugath's gonna solo everything on the field, even the lantern, a special lantern. Dude, he has those Noblars he can throw at it. Not Oblars. Nurglings. They'll do okay damage. He'll take it out. Whew. Go. Jade Lancers, go. Uh-oh. The toads of slow down are here. No, your weapon strength is 18 now. My god. Ooh, what is this to be? Is that a blight boil? Huh, that's blight boil. That takes a long while to go off, doesn't it? It's a weird spell. But it did route those longbows. More longbows are routing, and it looks like army losses are maybe hitting for Coops, or just a bunch of stuff's breaking at the same time. Looks like just a bunch of stuff is breaking at the same time. Count Leek is still technically in this game, as he has some Spearman rally, and then rout. Coops' 14,000 value is going to be really hard to beat. Real hard. The Cathay, the dreaded Haggard Cathay Cavalry box is gonna win again. Classic Cathay Cavalry box. We see it every game, and frankly it gets old, but it's just Cathay spamming heavy cav. I mean, how much is bonus points for last man standing? I thought it was like 2,000 or 3,000. This basic ass longbow is charging it with its last model. That's not even an ROR, it's just that Giga Chad. And now it's dead. Welcome back to the fight. These toads and plague bears should probably get in here and start fighting, otherwise Kugat's gonna die. Toads go! Toads go! Toads go! What's left? Count Leek is rallying. Spears and a single cultist, everything else is shattered. For Coops, it's literally his 3 single entities. And these Barons of the Bog really need to come over here. They're thinking about it. Kugat's just gonna aim past them and try and hit the Skylighter. What is this? Is this another Blight Boil? That's not gonna do any damage to single entities. Oop. Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't do any damage to single entities. That Alchemist just terror outs with most of her health. Aha! The Sky Lantern is out of ammunition! It can do nothing! Nothing! It even takes a Nurgling to the face. I don't know why I can't remember that word for some reason. Man, if Coops had a Talon Knight back there. Count Leek's back in it with something. It's a cultist. He's gone. I think that's even a shatter. As he just stands on the sidelines and wiggles his swords. Shattered. Count Leek is officially out. Coops is still in it. Kugath is hitting the balloon with his turrets. Yes, he is. Alchemist is gonna rout again. Kind of shocked the balloon is still here. There's no Harmony buff because the Lord doesn't count as one. What you shooting at? Oh, Jade Lancers came back for a second. And now they're gone again. That's cool. Cathay, will you just die? Go away. Shoo. 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 We all know you ain't winning this. I'm 3 magic short of a Talons of Night. That would be nice, Coops. There it is. So what did he get? So it did go Coops, Zep, Lord Beast, and then Count Leek. The being alive bonus was about 3,000. It was not enough to catch the ogres in their very brief, very violent existence on this world. Coops' Cathay cavalry build prevailed. You'd love to see it, rather than a box. And then Count Leek's memery was punished. I can't click on him for some reason. I don't get to learn how Count Leek did. GG. Steps of Isha sign. Oh my god, that map looks complicated. Let's do it. Alright, map set, let's go. Map set, let's go. The final game, the final fight before I get to end this accursed stream. Go about my day. Your lord did a lot more than expected. Yeah, those Flocks of Dooms are pretty nutty. If you can hit like 4 or 5 units, yeah. What up, Murph Turf Alurf? Whoops, wrong game. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Murph. You win this one. Well, final game is an FFA. Flagadoom. How you doing, Murph? What you been up to? What are you up to, my friend, Murph Alurf? Old Kingdom, Zinch, Kislev, and Korn. Ugh. I have to stay on the map screen so I don't spy on anybody's builds and give away what they're doing. Kislev. Zinch, Korn. Yeah, that's all of them. We'll have seen every faction in the free-for-alls except for Ogre Kingdoms twice. Murph, I gotta stream more Command & Conquer soon. I gotta get through the old games so I can get to the new games that aren't as janky for streaming. Because, like, Tiberian Sun aside, like, balance aside and stuff, the fact that I have to use an emulator so it'll even run on my computer, and the emulator itself crashes, like, twice a mission is really annoying. But I committed, so I am gonna finish the Command & Conquer series, even if no one watches it. Especially if no one watches it. I've been playing too much League of Douchebags, though. I got sucked back into League. I did. I feel bad about it. But it's like, if you just have 30 minutes or something, it's so easy to boot up a League game and then get back to what you were doing, rather than like... Because my single-player game I was playing, that I haven't played in like 5 months, but I meant to play, was I was going through the Halo series again, single-player. And I beat Halo Reach because I was going to play them in order, because I'm reading the books and I wanted to remember what happened in the games. I beat Halo Reach, and then I like burned out really hard, and it's just so hard to convince myself to boot up the Master Chief Collection and then go in there and then select the right game, and then it loads forever, and it always loads forever. Because it wants to promote all the updates to me of like, here's this new, we gave you a new color, give us $69 for pink, blah. And it's just like, it's just depressing, and I don't want to do it. So then I just play League, and then I get depressed, and I'm sad, because I'm an idiot. FFA often, Rome 1 had a better one. FFAs are silly, and we don't like silly things around here. We're serious gamers. If I'm not last, I'll be surprised I'm going full meme. You have not met XMT's Count Leak, have you, Zep? The man is made of memes, and memes make dreams, and dreams make Count Leak. Oh, they put a High Elf map in Game 3 just to really, really rub it in that High Elves aren't in this game. Wait a second, does that statue have a nip slip? It looked like it. It does not. But it looked like it. Very strange. Those eyes are scary. I do like the High Elf cities. The High Elf city maps in Warhammer 2 were pretty to look at. Especially that Tower of Hoeth. Like, the elven architecture on the side is pretty cool. What's going on with the lighting right here? It's like the ground is shining up at the peaks. That's weird. That looks odd. Whoa! 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 We have some serious structural integrity issues down here. What the hell is this? You can't just build a fort off of a cliff. You can't do that. That is not how this works. You can't just build a fort where there's no cliff and you're like, I'm gonna build a fort here. That's not okay. It's not okay. You can't do that. Alright. What do we got? For Count Leak, we have 1 Lead Belcher, 4 Nobbler Trappers, we have 2 Gorgers, a Saber-Tusk Pack, Double Giant, Greasus Meme Tooth, we have a Butcher of Beasts, and we have a Firebelly. Firebelly has 3 spells, and the Butcher of Beasts just has a Manticore summon. Again, I echo Palpatine when I say, how many spells do you think you guys are going to get to cast? Ogres have no winds of magic. It's proven. It's a fact. That's how you're going to tell this castle is not built by good, solid Dowie engineers. Yeah. For the other side, Cultist of Tzeentch with a Power Stone and a Summon. We have an Exalted Lord of Change of Tzeentch for Coops. Coops brought, what did you bring? Treason of Tzeentch and Infernal Gateway, Coops. We have Doom Knights, we have the Doom Knight ROR, and we have Chaos Knights of Tzeentch. Coops, you just did the same build again. Coops, you can't just do the same build every time, Coops. Lies and slander. Oh boy. For Lord Beast, we have triple Zargard with great weapons, and then we have triple bears with Boris, Ursus, and a Patriarch. In the barest bear blob there ever did bear was. No magic, though. And for Khorne, Fleshhounds, Fleshhounds, Fleshhounds. Skull Crushers, Skull Crushers, Skull Crushers, and then the Blood Crushers ROR, plus a Herald and a Cultist. Everybody went full cav, except for the Ogres. Oh, that's funny, because the Ogres, like, can't, but still. Rip in peace. Cyrus, that is a fire dressed up like a lady. It's not allowed. Murph Turf Alurf. Coops won the last round. Are you proud of him? Alright, betting on Tzeentch, Lord Beast, Count Leak, or Zep. I'm going to go with my boy Zep. He's making us a pretty cool bot for when Game 3 is good. It can match you with other people who want to play some land battles. So you got to go with Zep. You got to support the lad. And the armored Rhino Rush. And once again, the Ogres are the subject of much ire. As it looks like Tzeentch and Khorne are both kind of half dedicating to them, but never mind, Zep's just leaving, he's fine. Whomst liberated the canines from their bondage? Are you asking who let the dogs out? A woo, a woo, a woo. A woo! Who let the peon out? Alright. Zep is reforming the line. The bear blob is coming in with the doom music getting ever more intense. Count Leak's Ogres are just trying to figure out what's going on, and Tzeentch is also trying to figure out what's going on. Tzeentch just chilling. Fleshhounds! No! The Fleshhounds! They're all gonna die. That was the end of the Fleshhounds. But They are backed up by skull crushers coming in from every side. Anti-large armored armor piercing versus anti-large armored armor piercing. Looks like we have... Ooh, Infernal Gateway from Tzeentch trying to kill everybody. Tzeentch doesn't give a shit. Tzeentch doesn't give a fuck. Zep piles more in there. He will punish this bear blob, but then the bear blob casts Curse of Honor here, plus Soulfire Bombardment, both at the same time. But more anti-large cavalry pile in. And Boris is having a day. He's even gonna use his shard. Ooh, shard blade. Everything's getting cast over here. I wonder if these guys are gonna drop their poop on him. You guys gonna go poop on him? You wanna go poop on him? Fleshhounds fight the lead belchers for a little bit. They're gonna get creamed, but they'll do okay for now. You gonna go poop on him? Aw, you pooped on him. It didn't do very much, but you did it. There's a firestorm from, I think, the Firebelly. Yeah. Oh no, and he's running out here. Yeah, that firestorm went off and did its own thing, but he's now surrounded by Doom Knights. He's now surrounded by Doom Knights. There you go, figure it out. There you go, learn how to figure. Okay, never mind, just leave. Okay, that's fine. Fucking idiots. Alright, the bear blob is struggling. Riding the struggy bus. But it is outvaluing its corn counterpart. Meanwhile, the Flying Knights of Tzeentch are somewhere. They almost did a thing to a Firebelly, and then they didn't because they're bad. That's the blob of blobs. Oh shit, I had something from that last replay I wanted to keep. Replays game 3. Autosave. Big shot. Go, Burr. Cool. That is just getting blobbier, isn't it? As Tzeentch joins the fray, we have a big old cavalry. What's it? And what is this? What's getting cast? Is it another Infernal Gateway? Or is it Soulfire Bombardment? Soulfire Bombardment's gonna be lame. We want a big spell. Oh, it's piercing bolts of burning! Oh god, it hurts so much! Oh lordy. Nice job, Firebelly, wherever you are. You did good. You did good. And Lead Belchers are firing him with abandon because there's no Ogre units in here. And Count Leek's feeling alright. He's feeling alright about his position in the world. Lord Beast is still technically in first on value, though he is running out of troops. I guess he has some Zargarth Great Weapons during the fight, but all of his bears are gone. The blob just gets blobbier? Yeah, everybody's piling in. Nobbler Trappers and Lead Belchers and everything's getting involved. Tzeentch is going to throw out his little bolts of change, but it's not going to do that much. Kills one Lead Belcher. Lead Belchers are trying to shoot the Exalted Lord of Change. I've never really noticed that do too much to single entities, but they can try. But instead they will focus on to Chaos Knights, which I think is a better use of their time. Meanwhile, Trappers and Gorgers are coming in with Grease's Goldtooth, baby. Let's go! Second Giant's deciding he is way too far from the fight, so he's going to come forward. And the Disc Knights of Doom plow into Nobbler Trappers and Lead Belchers, and I imagine they're not going to get very much done because they just keep piling up like this. Just keep piling up like this and doing nothing. Doing nothing! Zep Daddy, everyone's favorite in the whole wide world, is not looking so good right now. He currently has the least forces on the map and the least damage value. Big Infernal Gateway from Coops. He's going to take out 2 Zargarth Great Weapon units and one of his own, but he's fine with that. That was well worth it for him. What is this getting cast now? Is that another Piercing Bolts of Burning? What is that that's taking so long to cast? That was weird. I think that was the aftermath of the Infernal Gateway. It just looked really strange. Alright, for Count Leek. He's fine. His entire force is actually just chilling. Tzeentch's heavy cav has been suffering, but their flying cav is doing okay. Their lord's doing fine. Their hero's doing fine. Khorne is down to just the last couple remnants of a Herald and Skull Crushers. And Lord Beast is also not looking so hot with his hero and lord looking good, but nothing left to support them on either side. This is going to be a fight between Count Leek and Coops, calling it now. Coopsy shoopsy. Yeah, that was horrible. Yeah, Skull Crushers are tricky, especially when they pile up on each other. Herald of Khorne's still fighting. These Disc Knights are weird. Very weird. Feels like they have the ogre problem, but they don't swing that much. Lord Beast, Coops, and Count Leaks all neck and neck for points. But who will win? And why is it Coops? Not really. I'm voting for Count Leak, I guess. Just because I don't think Lord Beast has enough stuff on the map left to win. So between the two likely winners, it's the Ogres and Tzeentch. And since Coops won the last one, I just like differences. So I would go with Count Leak for variety's sake. Sorry, Coops, nothing against you. Just don't want you to win twice in a row. And Zep's already out. Alright. I mean, he's not out, but he's out. This Herald would have to get over like 7,000 value to win. The slow made us that unblobbing was kind of impossible. I could see that. Infernal Gateway from Tzeentch sucks in some Noblars. Does okay damage to them. It's probably not overcasted. Also hurts Sabertusk packs a little bit. Where are Lord Beast's Lord and Hero? There they are. Here's Boris and the Patriarch. They're just wandering around. Ogre's last lead belchers are getting dove on by the Knights of Immolation right now. Oh wow, I just realized a good 2v2 combination against Ogres is the Treason of Tzeentch from Tzeentch, and then the Phantasmagoria from Slaanesh. Minus 32 leadership in AoE. That'd be pretty brutal. Tzeentch's army ability is cast. You can notice Coop's score is barely going up. I have tested this. This ability does not count towards your score, which is pretty sad, but it does take out a lot of the Ogres, so it gives them a chance of being the last Coop standing, giving him the last Coop standing bonus. The bonus is 3 Coops and a waffle. Double Giant is scary, but they're so far from any support that maybe if Boris and the Patriarch dove on them, they could just kill them real fast. I don't know. We'll see. Double Giants are theoretically good duelists, I know that, but I also have been failed by Double Giant many times. Manticore summon from the Ogres, somehow getting out... I guess they got 1 Flamestorm, 1 Piercing Bolts of Burning, and a Manticore, so I shouldn't be that shocked, but still, I'm a little shocked. They got a Manticore. Zargot are just fighting giants. Is there anything left over here that matters? Who calls this? Tzeentch just diving on the last lead belchers. These Doom Knights are hanging out. Manticore's diving onto the Tzeentch boy. Misses first attack, hits the second one. The Ogres look like they're running out of stuff. They might want to regroup with their giants, because their giants are exposed right now. Boris the Patriarch have jumped on the opportunity. Giants taking a little bit of damage. Dueling back okay with Boris. Ouch. Yeah, that was a nasty hit. They're gonna run away, but they did about a third of that giant's health, maybe a quarter. The bonus is like 3k in total Warhammer 2. That's worth like 1.8k inflation. Yeah. Inflation sucks. Especially in video game points. Cultists of Tzeentch is just gonna straight up fight the ogre guy. Okay. Boop. Sorry, I was answering your message real quick. Ogres kill the last of these Doom Knights, it looked like. Except for the Knights of Immolation, they still have 3. Coops is back into the sky with his lord. Count Leak is currently ahead on the points. Lord Beast has as many troops as he did like 5 hours ago, so he's still in it, technically. Cultists of Tzeentch is around. Do you still have a summon, friend? Or did you already use your summon? I think you already used your summon. Let's charge some stuff on the side. We are 10 minutes in. And still neither side will acknowledge that the ogres are the superior army on this battlefield and they cannot be defeated. Last of these Chaos Knights are charging in. There's 7 models right now. Maybe 6 soon if any of the ogres swing. Maybe. It's a tall order. There we go. Down to 5. These last little Noblar trappers are gonna get picked off. There we go. Shattering from the last Chaos Knights of Tzeentch. Great Lord of Change is still here. Noblar shatter. More units shatter. Clean up the map so people stop running around. Noblar's back. Oh no. Big Bird's still out here fighting. That's probably a mistake. He needs to run away. He does have the bullshit model of Tzeentch, but that can only get you so far. He's currently getting bodied, but a rear charge in from Kislev. Kislev and Tzeentch are teaming up against all of the non-believers. Never mind, Tzeentch is going to stab him in the back immediately. So it's Kislev versus Ogres, Tzeentch versus Ogres, and Tzeentch versus Kislev. But Kislev is not fighting Tzeentch because Kislev refuses to do such a dishonorable thing. Another Manticore summon. Somehow the Ogres got enough mana for that. Okay, you win this round, Ogres. But I'll get you next time. Also, maybe because this game's lasted 11 minutes is how they got all this shit done. Manticore's gonna dive in. Those Doom Knights, the elite Doom Knights of Tzeentch that fly around on frisbees do not have ITP. All right, that is fine. Didn't notice that. Koops' Lord is getting bodied. Count Leek is pulling a little bit further ahead. And Lord Beast is probably second healthiest on the map right now, but they would have to kill everything to catch back up to Koops. I mean, catch back up to Count Leek. I just assume Koops is gonna win. I was talking about Koops. The Lord's Change is crumbling. These stupid knights are somehow back. And they charge into Nobblers. And they're killing helpless Nobblers. But the Lord died. Boom. Lord died penalty. Hits. They're gone. They break. They don't shatter, but they do break. And now Kislev is getting blobbed upon. Can Lord Beast pass Koops? Or is this the end of the line? Both. The Manticore is gonna fade soon, though. Oh my god, those fucking Doom Knights are back. Alright, Manticore's gone. Firebelly got bodied. Gorger died. All of a sudden, this isn't looking so unwinnable for Kislev. It looks bad, but not super duper unwinnable. Just kind of really unwinnable. Ow! Nasty 1-2 punch from a giant and Greasus. Nearly kills the Patriarch, but he's gonna keep fighting forever. Because I guess it's just the life we lead now. Those Doom Knights... They're routed again? They haven't shattered? You seriously routed again? How do you have that many routes left in you? Okay, whatever. Patriarch's about to die. Boris is half health. There's one Gorger. Everything's a single entity now. Hey, they finally shattered. Let's go. Alright. Patriarch's holding on only because of his passive. That's going to wear off soon. Seems like Boris is having a hard time getting real swings off. But they have almost killed this beast guy. Oh my god, the Patriarch didn't immediately route. There we go. Now he's routing. If Boris kills Greasus, this guy will route. Then he can kill the Gorger, and then he can kill the Giant, and then he can kill the other Giant, and then he'll win this entire game. Seems unlikely, but it actually is looking likely he's going to pass Koops. Greasus is getting fucked up at the moment. Boris does not finish the job. The Infernal Gateway felt good? Yeah, that's a good cast. Boris taking out the Butcher of Beasts. Giants have 66 melee attack. Boris has 69 melee defense. Nice, but also I'm kind of surprised they're missing. Is the Patriarch gonna come back? Negative 13, he's getting chased by a 1 Gorger. Maybe, maybe not. He's down to Boris versus 2 Giants. Who still just don't hit him as much as you think, but as soon as I say that, they hit him every time. Lord Beast is going after Greasus Goldtooth. Gotta get that value. Going after the Patriarch. Gotta get that value. You best start believing in single entity blobs. You are one. Alright, Greasus has died. Boris is going to charge after the Butcher of Beasts. Doesn't want to come back, but also wants the value from his hide. So he's going to go do that. On the other side, the Patriarch rallies, kills the Gorger, and shatters. That is really funny. Okay, that's pretty good. Boris kills that guy. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Let's dance. Giants getting each other way. Giants are having problems. Boris somehow doesn't take damage from that swing. Somehow doesn't take damage from another swing. He has 93 melee defense. That's probably explaining how he's not taking damage. There's a big one. There's a big shot onto him. Another one missed. He's hanging in there, but attack from the rear also misses. But attack from the front, that one hits. But attack from the front misses. The back guy just stands around. And then he misses. And then that's it. Pat at end plus something. I don't remember what the something was. I remember there was something earlier in the game that I thought was silly, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was the Doom Knights. Oh, it was the Doom Knights. Okay, alright. Pat at end plus Doom Knights. Dumb. Alright, cool. The Routing Patriarch killed that Gorger. He did. He was great. Count Leak was the winner in the second game. Good job, Count Leak. Good job, Ogres. Good job, Lord Beast, for a solid second. Coops, a distant third. Coops won the first game. Zep got second. Or did he? Did he fall behind Lord Beast in the end? No, Zep got second. So the fortunes were reversed from the first game. Which is good. It's good to have variety of winners and losers in an FFA. I am leaving now. I am done streaming to you people. I don't like it. I don't like any of you. Go away. Go away. Show. Go. Get out of here. I need food.